Before we jump into this video, I have to let you know that this video was created during the 2023 WGA and SAG-AFTRA strikes. Without the labor of the writers and actors currently on strike, the series being covered here wouldn't exist. Through the duration of these strikes, my company and I stand in solidarity with both unions and are refusing paid opportunities presented by struck companies such as the 8 major Hollywood studios. Content created on Erica Vane platforms are independent of any struck company and not created in promotion of said company. Articles, videos, and audio posts are created in critique of the media in support of the artists who created it. It is important that you, the audience, know that these strikes are a result of corporate greed. The writers and actors have been victimized by major studios for quite some time, and the time is now to demand fair pay and working conditions, standardized practices across streaming business models, and other terms that will ensure the pipeline for new aspiring creatives remains open and viable for years to come. At this time, neither union is calling for a boycott of any television or film content. If you would like to support either or both unions, consider donating to strike funds, walking local picket lines, and using your social media platform to amplify messages delivered daily by union members and leaders. Links to official websites and more information can be found in the description box down below. Videos explaining both strikes and continual strike news can be found on Erica Vane TV. Now let's get into it.
We lost for words. We about to go live. Like, okay, this won't have to damn work. Let's just test this audio.
Prayer
hey,
hands.
hey, y'all. Prayer hands. Yo, we got a lot to cover tonight. First things first, sound check. Is anybody hearing an echo? Are we having any kind of technical difficulties? Because at this point, when we get started, I don't think we're gonna be able to stop.
Nah, baby.
Hey, Money Green Tay, Shari P. You've got Mel or Melee. It's giving Melee. Welcome in, y'all. Shout out to the members of my channel. Let us know if there's any echo, or drop a 1 if you hear some type of issue with the audio. If you can hear us clearly and well, let us know.
Yes, let us know.
Please and thank you.
What's up, Money Green Tay, Demetria, Stephanie, Wente Talk. What's up, girl?
We're not trying to get all into it until we make sure we good. DNC Greatness has no technical difficulties. We can hear you loud and clear. Okay.
Praise
IG, you can hear us loud and clear. Later on in the night, y'all. Hey, Katie, welcome in, boo. Later on in the night, we will be opening up the floor to talk with y'all, because the way episode 13 and 14 was set up. But first things first, what's good, y'all? It's your good sis. You want to talk TV with? And my good sis,
Allie, Nick, giving it to you when I give it to you, but always in the nick of time. Thank you, everybody, for the prayers and checking on me from, during this hurricane in Florida. I greatly appreciate it. I am okay. I'm safe, thankfully. Thank God, because it was, yeah.
Yes, we was tapped in. We was like, Lord, it needs to pass over peacefully.
Yes.
And
Yes.
Y'all, I'm actually excited. Well, I'm always excited to talk with y'all, especially to be able to do so with my good sis, Miss Allie Nick. But I'm like really, really excited tonight. And I'm still tired. Like I was busting my ass. I'm so sorry I had to move the live back an hour because your girl was out in these LA streets. Also, I'm gonna post it, I guess, on my community tab. But y'all, they took a photo of us because I do Bike the Strike every week, and we're in the LA Times today. So
really,
yeah, I gotta send it to you. Just sent it to me like 2 hours ago. I was like, what? But yes, so your girl was like running and gunning because I was like, I gotta be on this live tonight. We gotta make sure that we chop it up.
That's what's up. Yeah.
So I'll post it on the community tab so that everybody can see it. Y'all can check it out. It's an interesting article. Shout out to the LA Times. We appreciate y'all. But Allie, what are we getting into tonight? What is it giving? How we feeling?
I will say this. Episode 13 was the last live that we did for SISTAS. I remember telling you that I was actually excited about Fatima, and you were like, really? And I said, yeah, simply because I knew there were certain conversations that had to be had. And I think episode 13 gave us a piece of what needed to be discussed or things that needed to be brought to the forefront. So for that alone, episode 13 was definitely one that I enjoyed for many different reasons. Then episode 14 bought the BS. And, you know, I'm going to wait to get on that. But episode 13, you know, it was, I could rock with it. I could rock with it.
Yeah, y'all, we're going to go in order today because of the two, 100% my fave is episode 13. And the crazy thing is like, I'm also not trying to get too hyped because Tyler still was tolerant. But he was giving the best of Tyler that Tyler could give.
Yes.
So I'm appreciate that.
Yes. Yes, baby. Beggars can't be choosy, and we got to pick something. And he gave. I got some issues with him, but he gave what he could give, and I'm gonna give him a pass for that.
So much so that your girl like watched the episode at 1 a.m. recorded my video and edited by 3 a.m. Had to be back up at 5 a.m. But I was like, I'm about to get this to y'all. And y'all seem to be enjoying it. I just knew. Maybe the men haven't found my video yet. That's probably what it is. The men might not have found my video yet because I just knew y'all was going to ether my ass for all that I had to say. But we're going to elaborate today. Allie, where do you want to start with episode 13? Because that's where we at, y'all. We're going to make sure that this is nice and organized so that it's all clear. So when y'all go run tell it to your cousins and them about how Allie and Erica be cutting up and talking you're going to know exactly where to go. We're going to make sure that you good.
Real good. Real good.
Hey,
good. I can't
Cassie Boo, welcome in, honey.
Hey, everybody. Hey, Arthur, Edwina.
Yes. Hey, y'all. Chrissy said, I got some things to say.
Who said it?
Chrissy.
I'm ready. I want to hear. I want to know. Well, let's start with the therapy session because that's where it opened up. Yeah, let's start at the top. Let's start at the top. This was for me an emotionally heavy scene, and I could appreciate the vulnerability that was shown with Zach. However, I told you before we got on here that me and my homeboy kind of got into a somewhat of a heated disagreement or debate when it came to Zach, and also the text or voice notes conversation that we had earlier. One thing I do like about watching certain episodes is that I always try to look within to see how can I be better, am I assessing myself accurately, so on and so forth. So to see Zach bring his mom and his brother to the therapy session, number one, I felt that it was already an L waiting to happen. I didn't think much was going to get accomplished because you brought two people who are obviously strung out and they are not in their right minds to come to a therapy session. So I didn't know exactly I guess my question as I watched the scene was, what exactly was Zach trying to accomplish by bringing them there? I listened to your review, and we had a lot of some of the same feelings about this particular scene and everything, or the episode in its entirety. But I was like, I didn't know what he was trying to obtain, what he was trying to get, and it made me feel like he was trying to do like a microwavable fix. Let me do this so that I can show Fatima that I'm trying to make this work. And it was like that was the mindset. If I bring my mom and my brother to show I'm trying to make some strides, I can make this thing work with Fatima. And like she was saying, it has to be for you. You know what I'm saying? This has to be for you, not for me. It was also very challenging to hear his mom talk to him the way that she did. Yeah. And I think that Fatima knew that things were bad, but I don't think she knew things were that bad. Yeah. Like, it was really harsh, and it was really hard. And even though I sympathize with Zach, I even empathize with him, and I have compassion. And I did my review, and my review, the tone is very, very different than my normal review, because it kind of hit home on certain spots. When I was in the 8th grade, my dad wasn't really a part of my life, but when I was in the 8th grade, he sent my mother a letter basically saying that he was willing to sign away his parental rights. Oh, so wow. You know, so you have that feeling of abandonment, of, you know, is it something about me? Is it something wrong with me? And I'm in the 8th grade, so you don't know really how to process those type of emotions. And I do understand that even as an adult, at times we don't know how to process certain emotions. But one thing that I have never done in my life, and that's not to say that other people have not, I'm not big on blaming people for how we are. And I think that has always been my issue with Zach, as to why I really don't care for his character, because he always places blame on other people for the things that he intentionally do and consciously does. And I just have an issue with that. I really do. So I have a tug of war. I have compassion for him, but at the same time, I feel like Zach wants people to esteem his feelings while he kind of shit on theirs. And then to me, there's more evidence throughout the episode, but I've talked enough. So what are some of your thoughts about that scene?
No, because like we didn't talk ad nauseam about the episode, but like we were sending voice notes earlier, and if you're not in the Discord, baby, I dropped my reactions to episode 14 and as Discord voice notes in the sisters' room. So like, get into the Discord, baby. Yeah. it's giving exclusivity in the moment. But you said in one of your voice notes that you wasn't sure if it was you and if you had to heal through that. And I just, maybe my ass needs to heal through it too, because I agree. Like, it's one thing to understand what of your mindset and of your decisions is influenced by the trauma that you experienced as a child. It's a complete other to now equate your childhood trauma to every single thing that you do as a grown ass adult, because at some point you have to make a choice. We're now in our 30s. Like, in my early 20s, I went to therapy, and that was what I really focused on, was childhood trauma, specifically surrounding my parents and my interactions with my parents. I would be a damn fool to be 30 whatever and then talking about, because my mama ain't know how to love me right, I'm running around here punching bitches in the face. Like, that's not how this works. That's not how any of this works.
Yeah.
So I really struggle. While I empathize with Zach and I have deep sympathy for him, and I want men to get the support that they need and the resources that they need, I also, as a Black woman, because that's important in the context of who I am matters, as a Black woman who has had to traverse trauma from my childhood, from my teenage years, from my early adulthood, and still now, and make choices that are indicative of the woman I want to be, regardless of who I was set out to be, who I was taught to be, who I was raised to be. Like, I tell people all the time, the Erica that you guys see was probably, like, in all honesty, was not supposed to be. This is a choice. Not even one choice. This is a culmination of so many goddamn choices, because I was raised by some niggas, some people who was with the, like, and there's certain things that I do take and I carry with me, and some of the stuff I ain't gonna drop because I actually want it. I want to be able to be tough. I want to be able to navigate these streets and ain't nobody gonna make me they hoe. Like, I want to be able to carry myself in a certain way. But then there's also certain things, specifically, like if I was to give an example of like my lifestyle, that's an active choice. I actively choose to create an environment that makes sure that I can have peace neurologically, that I am not always activated in a fight or flight mode. And that was not taught to me, baby. That was a choice, because I went through certain things and I wonder why I was struggling with so much anxiety, why I was always so angry, why I was always ready and with the shit. And then I start to unpack some of the things that might have happened, that I might have experienced, and say, you know what? I don't want to live like this. I don't want to have to think like this. I don't want to have to be like this. What are the alternatives? And that's the part that I'm missing when it comes to Zachary Taylor, because it's all fine and dandy that your mama did you wrong and your brother trifling as hell. But what you gonna do now? Are you gonna spend the next 100 years of your life being okay with fucking bitches left and right, giving out STDs and maybe decent penis, having a couple dollars here and there because you're gonna lose all that, and then repeating the cycle every 6 years? That's fine with you?
Yeah.
Because no. And the biggest issue that so many people gloss over when I provide criticism specifically about Zach is that this is no problem if Zach wants to like accept being a boy. The problem comes in when he wants everybody to believe he's a great guy, when he wants everybody to believe that he's healed, when he wants everybody to believe that he's changed, because those things actually require the behavior to exemplify that that is actually the truth. You can't just say it's so and it's so. This is not voila magic, Zachary.
Right.
Hey, Justin, yo, welcome in, boo.
Oh my God.
And I am so serious about a point. Like, I'm standing on that.
Oh, I feel you. And I see a lot of people in the comment sections and they don't feel sorry for that. They couldn't muster up any type of nothing. And it's like, that's why I was like, I understand that tug of war, because the very first time I always go back to this, season 1, episode 1, when Zach got down on his knees and begged to Karen and was crying and was like, I don't know why I do the things I do. You know where I come from. You know where where I was raised. And I said, oh, he one of them. And from that moment, I did not like Zach. And like the brief 2 minutes in episode 1, I was like, oh, I like Zach and Karen. Then all of a sudden, it was like, oh, he one of them type of dudes. And I know those type of dudes. They blame everybody for their stuff. They want you to feel sorry for them. And then they use these trigger words like he did with Fatima. We'll get into that in a minute, for people to prove that they love him. And it's like, just because you did something wrong, it doesn't take away the love. However, when people are around other people that hold them accountable for their actions and they're not accustomed to that, for me, they tend to retreat. Or I'm going to do let me make love to you. Let me make you feel good, because that's really the only thing that I can offer, because I'm not willing to do the work that it's going to take to become the person I'm claiming to be, and 2, to be the person that, I don't even know, because I don't really know what the type of man that Fatima feels she deserves.
Right.
Like, we don't know that because it hasn't been vocalized. But just even going back to that scene, I just felt like, my grandma used to always say, like, if a baby was crying and nobody would go to the baby, my grandma would be like, they ain't gonna cry blood. They'll be all right. And that's kind of like how I felt for Zach. Like, I see you crying, and then we also, as women, we have to get to a point that we're not moved by tears. Because we all can much again. And
I want to park right here real quick, because I think it's Mimi Loves Peace says that he didn't have the resources And somebody else said that he should have got therapy young. We can't say what he should have, could have, would have did. We can only speak of where he at right now, honestly. And I brought up the point of like me living this life as a Black woman, because from my experience, my specific lived experience, I have had a few Black men act a little bit outside the norm and provide for me in a way that really helped. However, the bulk of my reparenting, the bulk of my unlearning, the bulk of my learning came from me pursuing the person I actually wanted to be, figuring out, researching, asking questions, and looking for whatever I needed to show up as the woman I wanted to be. So while it's all fine and dandy to say that he didn't have the resources, I didn't have the damn resources, but I went and found them up. Like, and it's not, this is the part that it gets tough within the conversation, because I don't think that it's fair. I don't think that it's fair that us as Black women, oftentimes, not all the time, but oftentimes, we have to do all of the things to be better, to evolve, and to heal after our parents do whatever they do to us, our men do whatever they do to us, our siblings do whatever they do to us, our friends do whatever they do to us. And we just got to stitch ourselves together, pull it all together, come back, be better, and that's that. But then I'm supposed to be moving mountains for a man who just realized he up, but don't want to say that he actually is a part of all of the ups, and don't want to do half the work that I just had to do when all this just happened to me.
Yeah.
It's not fair. And that's the part of the conversation that we don't really get into. And I get it, because to a certain extent, men are behind us in a lot. When I think of the awakening and like the evolving and how we're like shifting psyche and moving through life differently and acquiring different things, right? Like I have so much knowledge and so many words in the lexicon now that we didn't even have 5 years ago, 10 years ago, to describe and articulate certain things. But to just chalk it up to he didn't have the resources, it's like, okay, and do we want to get them? Because we're not even seeing that. And the very bare minimum for me is for you to take accountability for your part. We are dead in the water if you're not going to do that.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that big time. And even like going back to the conversation I told you that me and my homeboy was having this disagreement. And I mentioned it in my review too. It hasn't dropped yet, y'all. But he was basically saying that he was like, I want you to be more like compassionate and sympathetic to Zach. And I said, I am to a certain extent. I said, I don't understand this level of compassion that you want me to have. And I brought up what we talked about the last time, and I talked about how we talked about like how are there some men who identify with as a Zach, and we know that they're out there. And I said, so if you identify with this person, what is it about Zach that you're identifying with? I said, that's the question that I have. I said, because what I get from Zach is he feels he's this woe me, why me, nobody understands. I said, and that is not a mindset that I am willing to deal with someone that's in their 30s. That is at this point in life, it is unacceptable. It is completely unacceptable to be out here and trying to engage with a woman or have someone be in a relationship, and that's how you're choosing to live your life through that particular lens. That is not fair for a woman to be connected with that type of person, especially when she has chosen to do the work. And I look at someone like Fatima, who we found out has gone to therapy. You've done the work supposedly, and this is who you chose. Someone who has not done the work, and someone who doesn't even think he needs to do the work.
It's interesting that your friend is like, he wants you to have more compassion for Zach. What exactly does that tangibly look like? Because to me, it is hella compassionate to stay in a relationship with someone who is not feeding me emotionally, spiritually, or mentally. There's a hell of a lot of compassion, patience, and grace wrapped up in showing up in a relationship like that day in and day out, knowing damn well this man can't give you what you need. And not even that he can't, he won't give you what you need, because he won't recognize where he is falling short. And I think that that's the key when it comes to these conversations between men and women. It's like, what does compassion look like for you? Quantify that for me. Because does it look like me ironing your goddamn drawers and cooking your food and cleaning your house? Hell, we saw Fatima taking the damn trash out, and you saw that it needed to be taken out, and you didn't take it.
But want to say you the man, but then you see that trash need to be taken out, sir? Oh.
It get real interesting when men be wanting more from women after you're taking everything. Come on now.
Yeah.
Chelsea, come on now.
Yeah.
So I would really be interested to hear like what his response would be when you say like, what is compassion tangibly? What does that look like? Besides me rubbing your back and being like, babe, it's okay that you almost cheated on me, and it's okay that you stood over a bathtub with this naked bitch in it. It's okay that you sat on the sofa and told us that you wanted to got her. It's okay. All of it's okay. It's okay that I feel alone in this relationship. It's okay that I feel like I don't know if I'm ever going to get what I need, and this is all that it's going to be. It's okay that I'm keeping this ring on my finger only because maybe I don't actually want to be alone, knowing that you're not giving me what I need. Is that what compassion look like? Because you can keep that. I'd rather not be compassionate. I'd rather be home with my own phone if I got to do that.
I don't want it. Yeah. What else happened in it? How did we get to the mom? And the mom was she was basically there to get the money from Zach. She wasn't the bit most interested in being in this therapy session. And I was just like, I don't even know why they're there. Let them go. I wouldn't have even given her the money. I wouldn't have gave it to her. I'm not enabling your habit. Thank you for coming to this therapy session, though.
Yeah. And this is where Tyler was tolerant, right? Because this is his chance to give us something to humanize Gladys. And he gives us nothing.
He gave us
There are so many strings that you could pull when somebody's a crackhead. There's there's literally so much you could do to be like, all right, well now. But Miss Mama ain't have none of it. She has no maternal instinct. She has absolutely no care. But then also she's saying a bunch of hurtful and you really can't get to the bottom of why. And that's tea also, because for me specifically, I'm a wait a second. Like, you can say some hurtful to me, but if I can suss where that's coming from and I can get to the bottom of it, I can take it better. I'm watching this and I'm like, oh, this bitch want to fight. Because I don't see where is this coming from. What is this rooted in? Zach ain't your man. You don't got this weird ass symbiotic relationship that mothers be having with their sons. You don't got that because you don't even really love it. Like, and yes, y'all, she crackhead, but like, give us something, Tyler. Shit, give us something.
And I thought he was gonna go there when we found out that Jeremiah and Zach have different fathers. Because you know how some women, they don't like the child, they have an issue with a child because of what your dad did to me. And that's where I thought it was going. But then when she was like, I took you to your daddy's house. He didn't even want you, but that ain't even your daddy. I don't know who your daddy is. I said, well, damn. Oh, God. Tyler, it's like every line the character had, it got worse and worse and worse. I said, are you trying to destroy this man? Like, like you said, I understand that she's a crack, she's addicted to crack. I understand that. But my thing is like, Tyler, she didn't even cry. It was nothing like that. It was no type of remorse there. None.
Not a bit.
And then with Jeremiah, I feel bad for him too, in the sense of he had to deal with this woman as a child as well. Like I have that for both of them. But at the same time, I'm like, you mad at Zach. You feel like he owes you because you went to jail for him. But then we find out Zach did time for you too. Everything that he got in trouble for, legally or illegally wise, it was your fault. It was your plan, your idea, your thing, all of this stuff. So I'm like, this whole family is just a wreck. but they are not in a place where therapy is an option for Jeremiah and Gladys. They need to be in somebody's rehab center. They do not need therapy at this point. Is not going to work because they're not in a place to do it. And she doesn't even want to get clean because all she was like, I hope this ain't a intervention. So that lets me know Gladys knows that she has a problem, but Gladys is not in a place where she feels like I have anything worth living for that's going to cause me to shift my life. She's happy with where she is. And sadly, you have family members who are like that. And unfortunately, it's his mom, but you can't put her in the microwave and poof, you got the perfect mom. Like, it just doesn't work that way. So I was kind of glad when her and Jeremiah left because they served no purpose for me. None.
Yeah, I don't know where this part of Jeremiah came from. I don't know if he was on that rock before, but he's definitely on that rock now.
Baby, he got that crackhead itch. He got that, he got that itch. He rocking back and forth. I said, oh yeah.
Even him, I don't feel bad for him because we didn't get a glimmer of nothing. Do either one of y'all actually give a about that? Because I have yet to see it.
No.
And even with the most trifling people doing things, slave to the pipe or whatever you might call it, they have a glimmer of hope. They have a little bit of themselves.
Yeah.
People be so one note with stuff. It's just like, ugh.
But it's interesting because I think it was a part where they talked about love or their care for him. And Jeremiah said something interesting. He was like, I went to jail for you. Isn't that shows my care for you? Like, I went to jail, that proves I love you. And I'm just like, y'all have and all of them have a very distorted view or perception of what love is. I think Zach feels like if I pleasure you, I make you feel good, that is an extension of my love for you. That's how I show that, because I really don't have anything else to give. For Jeremiah, well, I did time for you. That shows I love you. And love is an action word. Love is a verb. But however, baby, that ain't love. You was gonna go to jail anyway. You
That's
like
hard.
You was going
How about that you ain't going to jail for your homeboys already? Like, cut it out.
Right. And then all of this money. I said people be quick to tell. What about the money Zach gave Karen? What about the money he gave his brother 3 days ago? This $10,000 check, and then he gave him more money. Y'all ain't smoked that much crack. You ain't. Where is it? Where did this money go? I need to know this. Where did it go? But anyway, that's neither here nor there. But that's what it is. But when they left, did you have anything else to add with them being there?
No, I think it needed to happen because Zach needed to start the conversation, right? Because part of the thing specifically with men is they don't talk. So get Zach talking. I'm gonna give him credit for that because he did start talking. Now he got the blame to everybody for everything.
Yeah,
one thing at a time. So yeah, we good while they still when they leave.
Okay.
Because that was definitely not a waste of time, but they ain't added a goddamn thing.
They added nothing. They added absolutely nothing. So what were your thoughts about the conversation between Zach and Fatima?
I thought that their chemistry was so much better in this scene than episode 11.
Yeah.
And I was very proud of Fatima. Like, very proud. Aside from the things, like, I really wanted her to bring up way more. But I also understood how heavy the situation was. So I get it. You picked and chose what you did. I was like, the elevator? Out of all of this, you want to pick the damn elevator? But okay, girl. All right, honey. And then after that, I just kept getting red flag after red flag after red flag with the things that Zach was saying to her. And it almost was like, not a full circle moment, but I can't figure out other better words right now aside from full circle moment, because the way that those words landed on me at my big age now, when I've heard those words said to me from someone who supposedly loved me in my 20s, and I just sopped that shit up like it was honey for a biscuit. And now I'm like it was a little surreal, honestly. Like watching that and watching Zach begging that way, nothing about it felt romantic. It did feel genuine, but that also made it very scary for me.
I agree with you wholeheartedly. Okay. First of all, I feel like I said of all the things that Fatima could have addressed that she's been through with Zach in his 6-7 week relationship, you picked the elevator. And I'm like, did you pick the elevator because he thought you was giving head to another man? It was really interesting. I don't know. I said, Fatima, what? The elevator scene, you really hurt me. I was like, that's what hurt you? My whole thing was I would have brought up the night, 2 nights prior, the situation that just currently happened. You disrespected me. You disrespected my friend. You called me and her out of our name. You were aggressive. You broke, like, whatever. I just thought it was very interesting that she brought up the elevator situation. I don't know. It just made me feel like something was missing. Because I just feel like out of everything that she has allowed herself to endure, allowed herself to go through, I would have loved to see her. But then again, maybe that wasn't the time for her to put that burden on Zach as far as how she felt or how he may have hurt her. Maybe she felt it wasn't the right time. So I can respect that. Excuse me. I can respect that. What you said about the things that Zach was saying, the more that Zach talked, the more I felt like this relationship is probably one of the most toxic relationships in the SISTAS universe. Zach has a lot of issues. Zach has, I understand the abandonment issues. I did not understand when Fatima was like, I understand that, if you feel like I'm choosing someone else, I understand why you act the way. I was like, who did you ever choose over him? Who have you exalted over Zach? I don't believe anyone that I've seen since y'all have began dating. It's always been Zach. Everything in this relationship has been for Zach, by Zach, or because of Zach. I was like, Fatima to me really has played herself down in the midst of this relationship. But the things that Zach was saying, I was like, girl, you need to leave him the hell alone. He needs to be in your review, like, seriously. Because Zach is not in a healthy place at all. He doesn't need to be attached to anybody. He needs to be by himself, getting the therapy that he needs, because, and I think you said this in your review as well, there is a heavy dose of codependency, which makes me, somebody, I forget who mentioned it last live, but it was like, it's okay for, everybody else who's attached to Fatima and Karen are crazy and something wrong with them, but people can't put their finger on it. But Zach pop up where he want to pop up and he's okay. And I'm just like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, so for me, I'm like, no, Zach it's almost like he doesn't say it, but he gives me the vibe of, I'm not going to let you leave me. And that is absolutely. Excuse me.
So of the things that Zach said, what was the worst for you?
What did he say? Did he tell Fatima he needed her?
Mm-hmm.
So I
don't think he told her. I think he told the therapist that he needs her.
Oh, he told the therapist that. Okay, girl? And I'm gonna be quite frank with you. Fatima does not stick in my head. Like, ooh. I can watch SISTAS, it don't, and I'm being honest. SISTAS, I can watch SISTAS all the way through, and I can tell you everything that happened. Fatima, for whatever reason, that stuff does not stick with me. So honestly, I don't even remember what he told her. So if you have it, please refresh my memory.
I got a couple because I took notes while I was watching this damn therapy session, and I said, "Oh, this what we doing, Tyler? Okay, let me pull up my notion." Fatima, I can't lose you. If I lose you, they win.
Oh yeah.
I can't be in the dark by myself anymore. I need her. And then the other stuff I have is from him talking to Angela, which is later on.
Okay.
He has a bunch of lines this episode of like, sir, you're giving
the they win one. What he said, if I lose you, they win.
Mm-hmm. I can't
know what he meant by that.
He was talking about his mom and Jeremiah.
Yeah, but what did he mean? Like they win what?
Because
like they like what?
This is all of their fault, and they're going to continue to ruin his life. So if he lose her, then they will have successfully ruined the best thing that ever happened to him.
Yeah. I don't know if we glazed over that. We talked about it. That part made me so mad. That part made me, as I was watching it, I said, you know what, Zach? I said, this the mess I be talking about right here. It's their fault. I'm about to lose the one person who loved me, and it's all because of y'all. It's all y'all's fault. No, it's not. It's not your mother's fault, and it's not Jeremiah's fault. It's your fault. It's your fault. You intentionally do things to hurt Fatima. You intentionally say things to hurt Fatima. Your mom and your brother, and I even said this in my review, and I can't believe I let it go to show I forgot. They have had nothing to do with the immature choices that you have consistently made in your relationship with Karen and in your relationship with Fatima. And I think that for me, it's really interesting. I think how a lot of people do have smoke for Fatima when it comes to Zach. And I don't always agree with the things that she does. I do believe that her motives and her intentions have been pure. Some, not all, but most. When it comes to
this,
what's that?
I ain't have a problem with Mr. Therapist coming to damn dinner, and I don't want to hear shit else about it.
I said that in my review as well.
It's very convenient that now all of a sudden you pulling that same trick out your hat, but it was the most deplorable thing that could have ever been done.
Yeah, but you know what? I mentioned that in my review, and what I said was, I wonder. I said, so Zach, this can no longer be brought up in any type of argument or discussion that you guys have, but it made me wonder, did Zach really have a problem with Fatima inviting this therapist over, or did Zach have a problem with knowing that Fatima feels like something is wrong with him? Like, what were you really, or? Okay.
Does Zach have a problem being the only problem in a relationship? So the one time he can find something that Fatima did wrong, he gonna grab onto that motherfucker like a dog with a bone and not let it go.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Because if the same thing happened with the whole end thing. You went to coffee with this, you did this, you did that. You over here hugging on Karen. What's the difference? It was all life and death. What's the difference, Zachary? What's the difference? I don't want to hear And all you minions, I don't want to hear Y'all gonna get your asses cussed out. I swear to God you will, and I'm gonna do it with a smile. Because I knew that Zach was full of shit this whole time. You didn't have a problem with her being in within. You had a problem if she would have did what you would have done in that same position. Because you know your damn self enough to like know that. And you low-key feel guilty about that. I mentioned this in my damn review. The elevator scene. You didn't really think that Fatima was sucking this boy. You knew what you would do in this moment if you was given a chance. And you treat her that way because you expect the least. And that's your problem. This is what I'm talking about it's one thing to root for the aesthetic of Zach and Fatima, and they gave visually cool. But why in the hell does this girl have to suffer with a man who does not match up with her emotionally, does not match up with her mentally, does not match up with her intellectually, does not match up with her spiritually, barely matches up with her physically, and then have to succumb to his peasy ass brain, expecting her to do all the goofy shit that he wants to do or is going to do to her. So now she's playing defense for some that's not even in her brain. Absolutely not. Walk away. Let it go. Absolutely not. Niggas want us to go from, like, literally go to hell and back for your ass. For some penis? I'm sorry. No. Absolutely not.
I agree with you.
For some penis, Allie.
For some penis. For some penis. And I've been saying this for however long, 4 years. The amount of time since I've been on. Zach has nothing to offer these women but his penis. He has nothing to offer them but a red flag, as the winner just put up, as a red flag and a penis. Have a Coke and a smile. That's all Zach can offer. That is literally all that he can offer. And I was like, and it made me wonder why is he so sex crazed? And it's like, that's the only thing that I feel like Zach, that's the only work that he has. And I'm like, but that's not your mom's fault, and that's not your brother's fault. That is a you problem, because you know you have a problem. You know you're not. So it makes me, and the thing about Zach is, and that's why I said with the gaslighting word that Karen brought up, and why I so agree with her, because how is it in episode 1, season 1 of Sisters, you tell Karen, I don't know why I'm doing the things that I'm doing. You know where I come from. You know how I was raised, so on and so forth. But then in 4 weeks later, you tell somebody you don't have a problem. You good. I think, no, you full of shit, because you know something is wrong with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know something is wrong with you, and you are gaslighting these women to make you, I'm going to cry and I'm going to beg, Karen going to take me back. I'm going to tell Fatima, so what, you don't love me no more? Stop it. What are we, 16? You know that woman loves you, but she doesn't want to deal with the things that you're doing. So don't like, I can't stand and I know women do it too, but I'm just saying men because I'm a woman. I can't stand when men do that. So baby, like, you don't love me no more? And you trying to wheel my ass back in. That's what you're trying to do. I'm trying to, do better, and you trying to wheel, like, babe, you know I love you, but okay, then if you love me, we can make it work. They tricking. They are trying to mentally manipulate us.
Baby, that's another thing. He asked her to he said, tell me that we can make it work. I have been trying to make it work. I'm all out. Baby. I am tapped out. Okay? Tapped out. There is no more will to work in me, bro. You used it all up. It was not an infinite resource that was finite. You are tapped out. You are in the rears. It's giving overdraft. There's no more.
Yeah.
Tell me we can work it out. How am I supposed to tell you that?
I don't know. I'm supposed to tell you that. And the fact that he, but when she got up, she's like, I'm sorry, Zach, but talk to the doctor. I'm gone. But don't say that. Don't say that. And then my mind, and we said this last week, Zach disrespected the hell out of Angela and Fatima, but
he continues to do it.
And continues to do it. And then you act as if this woman is supposed to give you intel on her friend, and you walk up to her like you've done nothing the day before. And that's what he does to women. You went to steam plant, got into a fight with Aaron, grabbed Karen, and then you go to her salon and you mad at her for not welcoming you with open arms. You're mad at her for having an attitude, and you got all the audacity to do the Jekyll and Hyde on her. I'm like, dude. Zach treat women, if you're not giving him coochie, Zach treats women like straight trash. Hell, even the person he getting it from. Like, Zach treats women so horribly. And so many women who love Zach and adore Zach, which is fine, you can, but we still have to call a spade a spade. Zach is hella disrespectful to women. He disrespected Sabrina at her job. You disrespected Andy. Like it's been so many times. And I'm like, no, let's call Zach out about this. Because we quit. Karen talked down to him. This person did this. No, this man is hella disrespectful to women who are not trying to disrespect him, who are not trying to come at him. He just does it, and he does it so easily. And then when he sees them again, he's expecting a, hey, how you doing? Like, where you come from? Where you come from? I don't get that.
I know that you're nonviolent. I really know that you're nonviolent. So I might be on the island by my goddamn self when I say this.
What you about to say?
But I understand why Fatima lays hands on him, and I really wish Karen would too. For everybody that said that Karen was just she put him down, she was so mean to him, she should have went upside his goddamn head. This nigga's a Tasmanian devil, okay? And he need to be treated as such. I said what the fuck I said. Because absolutely the hell not.
Yeah. And even with the slap, people acted as if Karen put a cap in his ass. Karen and then they be so quick to call out.
He said he should have let her die. Karen should have been laying hands on this nigga for way more, like way less than that. Like she literally waited until it got to the pits of hell to lay hands on him. And then she didn't even hit him with a combo.
Correct. But they forget, they don't mention that part. It's always Karen slapped Zach. She should have never slapped him. After he told this woman, I should have let you die. I should have let you die. That's something. That's something to tell somebody. That is
I'm going to jail.
To tell somebody.
They got my ass at the jail at the airport because I wish somebody would tell me that I love.
Yes.
Like I don't even. I have done so much. Like in my years with my Zach, I did some shit for way less than that.
Yeah. I've never hit a man. I've never been in like any type of physical altercation. With
Lord God, the highest, because my man ain't hit me back, but Lord.
I think because it is. If a man ever hit me, this is just a public service announcement. If a man ever hit me, you're going to die. That's just what it is. My dad is going to kill you. Like, it's just, and that's what it is. Like, I pray nothing ever happens. But thank God I've never been in that type of situation. But I do have a mouth on me. When we in a heated argument, the mouth is lethal. However, I try to remain somewhat conscious of what I'm saying, because my intent is never to disrespect anybody, and I don't even like to argue. You can argue by yourself, but there are just certain things that when Tay Talk brought it up, when he hit Karen with those keys, he didn't mean to hit Karen. He was trying to hit the wall. Shut up. Karen is the smallest thing. He meant to hit her right in the forehead. Oh, he meant that. He meant to hit Karen with them keys. So I'm like, no, I don't. Zach, no, Fatima, let that go, baby. Yeah.
Yeah. It's interesting because in watching Zach in that moment plead his case and desperately beg for Fatima to come back, right? I was just thinking about all the men that watch and how they just probably were just eating it up and like, yes, this gonna kill her. This gonna do it.
Yeah.
And it to me just really mirrors how far off we are in this conversation.
Yeah.
I
agree.
Like there are some men who are going to get it, but for the men watching who think that Zach ate that up,
he didn't. I mean, I don't want to bust nobody's bubble, but he didn't. If anything, it just that entire scene for me, it just went to show. I think that Zach and Fatima have one of the most toxic relationships in the SISTAS universe. Gary, even though he is more physically aggressive in his approach at times and just do dumb stuff, the things that Zach was saying, that is a scary place to be in. And I can't remember, somebody put it in the comment, it was like he one step away from saying like, if I can't have you, nobody can.
Literally, that's what it felt like.
Yes. Yeah, if you said that in the comments, y'all said, let us know, because I read it and I meant to address it when I saw it, but I forgot, and it just came back to me. But that's exactly what it felt like.
Sure, I was trying to find it, but I don't see it.
Me too. I was trying to go back and see.
Which is dangerous. It is dangerous for us to be in that position with a man who you can't breathe, you need her, and like when I tell you to hear it now and to know like that was something that you would crave for you to say. Like you in my 20s, like you just thought you was doing something if that's the stuff that your man was saying. But no, baby, no. And it for me, it all goes down to the work that Zach really needs to do on his own, that he cannot rely on any other woman, any other man to do for him. If you cannot stand on your own too, how in the hell do you expect her to carry you? But then also be the man.
Yeah.
The math ain't mathing.
It's not math. Oh, it was PB Laws. That's what she said. That was me.
Oh, hey, PB.
Because yeah, that was a good one, because that's definitely what Zach was giving.
And I want everybody to like see it, because it was very clear. And maybe that's something that Tyler was trying to do, right? I was actually, last night before I watched this episode, I was working on the edit for our response to the Twitter Spaces. I know it's so fucking far behind.
Oh, God.
So I was rewatching that, and what came up is like when Duval said that he talked to Tyler about what he wanted for Zach and what Tyler wanted for Zach. And one of the things that Tyler said that he wanted with Zach is for women to really see what we're dealing with and to find the strength to walk away or something like that. Yeah. And I'm like, well, when the hell is Fatima really going to find the strength to walk away and stay away? But that's going to be a conversation for episode 14, because my God, for every ounce of pride I had in Fatima in this moment, in this episode, I lost it the next episode. And I want to go back and address. So some people were saying that you guys, the tears that Zach had didn't move you. They moved me. And the thing that I'm most proud about is that it moved me. I saw them move Fatima, but it didn't move you too damn far that you forget everything that you need. And I think that that's growth, because I know I have definitely been in that place where you basically not fake crying, but like you trying to push them out, and I'm just like, oh, but no, I don't want you to be in this place. You extra angry, and I'm like, well, just calm down, like. And then you shelve all of your emotions. You shelve all that you're going through. You tuck in everything that's happening for you because your partner happens to be a man who can't handle his own emotions, let alone yours. And now you have to be the container for the both of y'all. And his is way big. Like, no, I loved it. I loved the moment of Fatima. Like, I love you, but I gotta go. I'm glad that you did this, but I gotta go. And even when we get to later on in the episode, you show, like, I wish it was a little bit more smoke for him showing up. And when I tell you, you're not ready for me in these comments, because the way y'all like to be on Karen's head about popping up, when I tell you I don't want to hear shit, I don't want to hear shit, okay?
Yes. Cause Zach be doing the same. I don't know. Zach just get a pass for everything. He nothing is wrong with what he does. Nothing. But I do agree with that. I was happy that Fatima chose herself in that moment.
And go out on the damn day. That was a lot. I just wasn't going.
Happy. Yes, I was happy that she did. I was happy that she got up, and I was happy that she walked out, and just being honest about her emotional state. Like, yes, I love you, but some of my feelings for you, they cold right now. They on ice. And I understood that, and that spoke to me like, yeah, I love you, but when you did this, you don't even know what you did. You know, it did not diminish my love for you. However, the dynamic between us, oh nah, that's changed right now.
Okay. So Fatima leaves. Next.
Emily, girl, what happened? Is that when she goes to Angela's house? I'm gonna tell you, I'm about to say something that I never thought
Bryce
I would
is
say.
there.
Bryce, in a million years, watching Fatima makes me miss sisters.
Ooh.
It
Elaborate.
really does, because I have never watched a show other than Deja. I don't like any of the supporting cast.
You like Deja?
I like Deja because I understand Deja's purpose, and Jazzy executes it well.
Tyler messed it up for me though. That's episode 14. I'll get to it then, I guess.
Yeah, but I understand. Like I can tolerate her. Nate, Tony, Belinda. Oh God, Belinda, Jesus. Tyler just don't believe black women deserve good friendships. Like, it's a mess. But anyway, okay, whatever. But yeah, so she goes to Angela's house to get ready for her date with Paul, right? Okay, and she tells Angela,
but she walks in on Angela releasing Bryce yet again.
Releasing Bryce. Why? And she was like, because he had stuff at her house or something, or whatever. And Fatima was like, oh, I still got stuff at Zach's house. So I'm like, girl, I know you ain't taking no type of relationship advice. Then I have to remember you admire Andy. That's enough said. But that says enough. But Angela pissed me off. Angela pissed me off. I ain't gonna say pissed me off. That's a little too strong. Angela was Angelaing in this moment when she asked Fatima, so are you gonna give him a second chance? I said, Trick, was you not there at the house? You not there at the house? This is
not a second chance though. Like, I feel like this is like a fourth chance.
And I get
okay,
that.
Wait. No, it happened before SISTAS. So wait. I think this will probably be like the third chance.
Okay. So the third chance. But my thing is, Angela, you saw this, and it goes back to something that you said I thought was so powerful when you talked about Andy, and you were saying like women like that are dangerous. Like, you got to be careful when you're dealing with women like that. And I think Angela comes in a much fancier bow, but she gives me those same vibes too. Because after what you just witnessed, why would that even be a question that you ask your friend? My thing would be, sis, are you going out with Paul? I ain't saying nothing, but I do want you to get back to you. I do want you to get back to the Fatima that took care of herself mentally and was happy. And, you walked out with a smile on your face. And for the past couple of weeks, that light hasn't been there. So that's what I'm rooting for. Zach would not have been a discussion or topic of discussion talking to my friend. But I don't want to hear nothing that Zach is doing. And I'm damn sure not going to ask you, are you going to go back to him? Not after what I just saw. I won't want you there. What I saw him calling you out your name, throwing bottles. No, sir. Sis, you deserve better than that. So that right there, I said, God, these women, who do Fatima have to talk to? Because if Angela is the only, and you got Angela and Andy, oh my gosh. The horror. The absolute horror of it all. It just is what it is. She made me mad when she said that. She really did.
Yeah, at this point, I don't take Angela seriously anymore.
You can't.
And similar to what I look at Andy as, in reference to like, how much can I actually hope or want from her? Because you don't expect anything great for yourself. You don't require much. Of course, you ain't gonna require that for your friend.
Yeah.
For somebody dating your friend, showing up and imposing himself in your friend's life. So, Angela talking to Fatima, I was just like, oh, okay.
Yeah. That's really how I felt. I was like, she was like, yeah, I'm gonna go get ready. I said, girl, go, please, exit, go get ready for the day, because I can't take no more this conversation with you and Angela, because no. No. Now help my memory, because I told you this show don't stick with me. After Fatima talks to Angela, is that when Angela calls Bryce?
No, Bryce was there before. and then he leaves when
Okay.
Fatima comes.
He leaves, but she
Because
calls him
like,
again.
he's just leaving.
Am I mixing the episodes? She called him episode 13 or 14.
Both. Well, she calls him back in episode 14, I think. Let me pull it up, child.
I should have had my tablet because I'm like, this show, it does not stick in my mind at all.
Episode 14, though.
Episode 14 just made me mad.
Aside from it being so unserious, it did not stick with me at all. Y'all, we trying to go in order.
Yeah, so I'm like, let me pull this. Let me pull it up so I can know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, Bryce is there. Fatima comes home. They talk, and then we go to Nate's and Deja when Zach is trying to go get in his car or come home.
Okay, Nate and Deja. I just know that part irritated me. I don't know what was going on there. He was trying to help her get out her car, and I'm like, why are you even there? Like, I don't even
check on Zach.
Yeah, you're there to check up on Zach. Yeah, that's what he said. Their conversation is a blur to me, Erica.
Girl, she basically calls him broke after they sit there and talk about how, this episode 13 is when I was over Deja. Because she has the same MO as Belinda, because they both had this little moment of like, Fatima is mean and I don't know why he with her and I don't do this and they need to break up and this and this, and I'm just like, ain't this these are Belinda's lines.
Yeah.
What are we doing, Tyler?
Yeah.
David, why do you care so much? If you want the penis, focus on that, honey. We don't need you to now come up with soliloquies about how you think their relationship is the worst thing that ever happened. Because we also don't give
This is what I have a problem with. And I'm not in the business of rooting for hoes. But it's interesting because Connie, I gotta give respect to Connie, because Connie got one MO. And Connie, and that's all she wants. Now, she is over the top, and I'm not a fan of her character. Yes. However, she don't want to be in a relationship with Zach. She don't really care about Fatima. Her whole MO was, I want to have sex with you so bad. That's her thing. Deja is concerned,
and she stays focused.
And baby, laser, locked in. Deja is like, you've drifted over the line of just wanting to have sex. You are concerned about his relationship. You're concerned about how he's being treated. Like, girl, stop it. But I get what you're saying about Deja and everything like that. I do. And then with Nate, I don't. Okay. So he goes to talk to Zach, right? They go in the house. Mm-hmm. My computer acting real slow right now, but they go in the house and
then he's trying to talk to Zach, and Zach like, what do you want? I don't want you here. And Nathan, and then Zach starts to like read Nathan, because everybody in the world is wrong, and now he wants to point it out, which you are right in this, but until we're able to be accountable to our own, it don't land. It don't hit, baby. It don't hit. It's giving some misses.
Yeah, it does. It's giving some misses. And did he make the statement that everybody was trying to break him and Fatima up or something like that? Or was against them or something? Yep. And I feel like, but it goes back to what you said, it didn't hit the way I'm guessing Zach was expecting it to hit. For me, I feel like it go back to something that Fatima told Zach on SISTAS concerning Karen. And she was like, Karen don't have no power to break us up, or Karen don't have any power in this relationship, which is absolutely correct. However, now over here, you saying, oh, people don't want us together, people trying to break us up. And it's like, the only people that can break it, you and Fatima have enough issues within yourself, within y'all little situation, that nobody from the outside can affect what's going on. It's y'all. It's y'all. Y'all nucleus is jacked up. It's it's jacked up. So I'm like, I think I checked out of the episode with them, because I'm like, I just, you know, I did not, it just wasn't hitting with me. I know he said he needed a break from him, or he needed space or something like that. And they was like, you know, I'm just trying to check on you. I want the best for you. You don't. And at this point, and I think I said this in the review, I don't understand, and I haven't been able to understand, why is Zach still friends with him? Why do you still allow this man in your space when you know he does not have your best interest at heart? He just doesn't. Like, there is no reason for him to be around.
Yeah. Literally. Y'all, I skipped pretty much all over in my review. I was like, I'm not even talking about this. I'm not talking about Bryce and Angela, and I'm not talking about Deja and Nathan.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm-mm.
So that takes us back to Angela's house. And Zach, just like Suge Knight, shows up. Because Fatima is what? Mine.
She mine.
Because she ain't the only person who been through a lot. And I'll be hurting her on purpose.
Ooh, that made me so mad.
And out of nowhere, she stopped having sex with me. I mean, that ain't happened right off the rip, but like, those are some of the things that go down in that conversation. Okay, let's go back. You pull up, she look nice, you disrespect Angela on the way in. She tell you she got a date with Paul. Are we mad with Fatima for lying about her sleeping with Paul?
Yes.
I'm not.
I'm gonna tell you why. Because I feel like Zach lies on his penis so much, and I can't stand that. And in my mind, but then it goes back to who I am as an individual. I'm one of those people that I like to mess with, and it's not. Maybe it's a good thing. This may be my toxic trait as I talk about it. Maybe this is my toxic situation. So I am one of those people that I like to play with your mind. I am not going to say something like flat out to be like, yeah, I had sex with such and such, and I want you to think whatever you gonna think. Now I may help guide your thoughts, but I'm not. Yeah, I may do something like that, but I'm just not gonna come out and say that. But I just didn't want Fatima to stoop to his level. I didn't want her to lie about that. For me, I didn't want her to lie about that. And I don't think Zach believes her. But yeah, I had sex with him. I'm going to have sex. It just didn't even sound right. Yeah, I had sex with him, and I'm going to have sex with him again tonight. So Fatima, if you was going to go there, sis, then you got to go there. You know how it's saying.
What's giving? You know what it's giving?
What is giving?
It's giving Fatima. Did you not study at the feet of Auntie Vivica? Have we not watched who can play that damn game?
She didn't.
Because it's not smooth. I don't have a problem with it, but I get what you're saying of like stupid to his level and like being a little bit smoother, more strategic with it.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna need you to channel who can play that game, babes. It's the condom that needed to fall as you were walking your ass out. That's what needed to happen.
Because I would have said, I tell you what Paul won't be getting. He won't be getting no side chick from me. I won't be giving him no toy. I would have said something to mess with Jack's mind. Okay? That's just how I am. And I don't even try to go there, because when I go there, it's bad.
Yeah.
Bad. It's bad. But I'm like, dang, Fatima, if you were gonna say that, girl, you had to finesse it, make him. I mean, give it to him. Like, do you see how I look? You see what I got on? You think this dress gonna be on within the next hour? Like, I want you to think. I want to play with your mind. Think about me. Wherever you going, think about me. And that's just what it is. But yeah, I was kind of mad she did that. I was kind of mad she did that.
Angela here trying to diffuse the situation off his ex of wine when Fatima sashay her ass out, that turns into a conversation. It's wild to me that Zach could be so disrespectful to Angela, but then still want information, still want her to talk, still want her understanding.
Is it me? And I do want people in the comments to answer this question as well. I understand what Tyler said that he wants women to get out of this character of Zach, or some of the things he wants women to get. On the other hand, I feel as if, and tell me if you guys feel this way, Tyler writes it so that everybody, to me, who exists within the Sistas universe yields so much sympathy to Zach. Mm-hmm. As if Zach is like one of the only characters who can blatantly disrespect somebody, and then that same person, oh girl, I feel so bad for him. Oh girl, you should have saw his face. Oh girl, maybe I should have said something to him differently. Or you say something to a dude, you're Aaron, yeah, Zach, I just really want us to get along. Get the hell out of my face. He just said he wants y'all to get along. So it's like I know it's intentional, but that's something that really like makes me upset, that I feel like everybody is like so babyish to Zach. I don't like that. I cannot stand that that narrative that all of the characters have. He does it to everybody, and everybody has done it. Everybody. But yeah. That scene, it irritated me, because I'm like, you asked this man if you said, Zach, you want some wine. Then the moment Fatima leaves, oh, you can go. Didn't you just offer him something to drink? I said, Tyler.
Well, she did that only because she was trying to diffuse the situation so Fatima could get out the car, out the house and the car.
I know, but it still made me mad. It still made me mad. She was like, oh, it's old wine. You ain't gonna like it. Then he said, Angela, what's going on? Baby, I don't know. But you gonna find out on the other side of that door. I'm not gonna sit here and talk to you. You didn't even apologize to this woman. That's my thing. There was no apology. There was no, you know what? I know what you saw the other night, and I just want to say, oh, I'm sorry for that. Sorry for calling you out your name. It was none of that. But yet she sits down here and proceeds to pour into him, and it was very reminiscent of the conversation that he had with Andy. I mean, I know y'all said I'm full of shit. I know y'all don't like me. I can't stand that self-deprecating mess. And it's just like, she said, why don't you ask me instead of assuming? Like, you do that with everybody. I know you be around your friends saying I ain't good enough. I know, no, those are your feelings, and you're projecting. No one said that. And like she said, that's my friend. I don't want to see her hurt. She's been through a lot. She ain't the only one who done been. I said, see, no. Why should your feelings be esteemed and exalted, yet you downplay someone else's experience? And that's something amongst many other things that I do not like about Zach at all.
I agree, y'all. The IG lines are open, so if you want to chime in about episode 13 specifically before we get ready to move on to episode 14, come over to IG, my IG profile at ericvane.com, and request to join the live.
Yeah, y'all come on.
It's, you say self-deprecating. I personally don't know if it's that. Okay, I get that on the outside it looks like self-deprecation, but for me it just really looks like narcissism and emotional manipulation.
Let's go with that. Let's go with that.
Literally tactics that he is using to circumvent being held accountable to the shit that he does. Yeah. And for me, it's also giving you a coward, because like she said, why not ask me what I think? You don't want to ask me what I think because you don't want me to tell you the damn truth.
Yeah.
Let's start there.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
Anything else you want to add about episode 13, Allie?
The she mine before he walked out.
The she mine. Hold on, Christina. Go ahead, Allie.
No, it just goes to show just how narcissistic he is and how dangerous Zach is as a person, in my opinion. But hey, how you doing?
I'm good. How are y'all?
Good.
Good tonight.
All right, so I'm gonna start right at 13.
Oh Lord.
Well, we only at 13 right now. So
okay. So just talking about 13. Okay, starting at 13. Fatima, why the hell are you in this therapy session?
Okay.
that has nothing to do with you. I would be like, okay, see, I'm not in the mood for this shit. I'm about to exit stage left. Gladys and Jeremiah. Both of y'all can take an expressway to hell. I get Zachary's trauma, but that does not excuse your behavior. We already knew his life was screwed up. Yes. But that does not mean that you make every woman you come in contact with your mama. So in this quest of you trying to get Fatima back, I need you to, 1, drop the disrespect because it's ridiculous. 2, I need you to learn how to have an adult conversation and not just have a temper tantrum when things don't go your way. Like, dude, why are you at Angela's house holding her life up? How you know she had no plans? For when you don't force your way into her apartment, for the second time, blatantly disrespect her, and then you expect her to listen to your problems. It's the entitlement for me. I can't do it. That did not go right with me at all. So no, Zach is not off my shit list. Everybody is like, oh, Zach's trying, Zach's sorry. Well, at least now he going into therapy. Dude, it took you to get manipulated to even be in the therapist's face. And then you want to make a whole blow-up argument about that, but turn right back around and go to him. Pick a side.
Low key is the lowest of keys. It wasn't the manipulation that put him in a therapy chair. It was Fatima finally packing her and getting the hell on.
That too. I'm confused. Like, dude, you were mad start to finish because she manipulated you into going into therapy. But that was the only way you was going to even entertain the idea. Now that she like finally gone and you lonely in the house, oh, now I'm actually going to go because I'm trying to. I like what Fatima said. She was like, Zach, I need you to be going to therapy for you, not for me. Because if you're going for me, it's not going to work.
Yeah.
I'm confused here. So like, if you was going to have all that smoke for Fatima, cause this big ass childish argument, I need you to stick to that and not double back on what you said in the first place. It confuses me. Nathan.
I want to get in on this girl, Angela.
Oh.
I want to chime in on Angela because you know what? Okay, wait. Before I said, did the episode with Angela was that 13 when she had told Zach sit down or whatever, and she started bringing up Bryce?
Yes,
that was 13.
Yeah.
Okay, I need to get into that scene a little bit because what y'all think about this? I think that she was trying to get Bryce to. I think she was trying to get Bryce to put his hooks back into Zach because yes, and look, I know it's weird, but look, let me tell you why I say this because when they was talking and she was like, and he kept on Zach kept on asking her or whatever, so he get back with the team. Well, trying to basically get her to sympathize with him, trying to get back with Fatima or whatever. And she kept on telling him, "Baby, move on. Move on. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, get your life and move on because she moved on. So you need to go ahead and move on." And she know that's not true. You know what I'm saying? She know damn well that girl ain't moved on. So anyway, she kept on saying, "Move on, move on." And then all of a sudden, she brought up Bryce, and he was like, "Hold on, how we even get on Bryce?" You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And then she has this idea to call Bryce back over there. Now she's trying to get Bryce to, so you really should talk to Zach, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, you want us to talk to him. Why you keep bringing up Zach to him? And you just all of a sudden randomly bring up Bryce to Zach. Now when the boy get all the way over here, Bryce get all the way over here to kick it with you, you turn around and you start bringing up Zach to him. Like, Zach, he'll forgive you. Or, Zach. You know what I'm saying? The Cannon was throwing Bryce off a little bit, too. Like, he kept telling her, like, no, I think we sailed that ship already. Like, it's good. You know what I'm saying? But now you really should talk to Zach, though. I'm telling you. You know what I'm saying? So I was kind of iffy. Like, wait a minute. Because I thought that she was trying to get, see if she was going to try to give him a chance. But then the way she kept throwing him off on Zach, it's like, did she just change her mind, or was that her whole plan, or
honestly,
she gave me
for
wish
me,
vibes.
that was Tyler being Tyler, and he had no idea where the hell he was going, but he wanted to try to keep up with her storyline. Because I would never bet on in a million years that she was actually trying to circumvent Fatima, knowing Fatima's feelings, and hook Zach up, who was a heterosexual man, with this wishy-washy bisexual man. I don't think that was the case. I think that Tyler literally was like, oh yeah, she's attached to Bryce, so like maybe we should mention him.
Oh,
that's too much. Why is Angela so concerned with Zachary anyway? I don't
know if she's really that concerned, because she did try to get Zach out, and he decided to plant his ass, because I guess that's what the Taylors and the soon-to-be Taylors do. When people tell them to get the hell on, they sit.
But did you see how she switched though? Like, it's not just that. It's like the fact, like, oh girl, he was looking so sad and da 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 da. I don't give a damn if he's crying in the rain on the ground.
Well, that's because Angela is a pick-me. That's because Angela is a pick-me.
There we go.
Oh
my God. Speak on it. Speak on it.
Oh
my God. Speak on it. Yeah.
If it was me, if it was me when Fatima said to hell with Zach and all his begging, I'm like, okay, girl, fuck him. I don't care. Because that's my friend. That's the one that I'm supposed to be connected to. That's the one I'm supposed to be concerned about. I don't give a damn what Zachary's doing.
But that speaks to the stuff that I've said about Andrea Barnes, right? I talked to y'all about her being a very male-identified character, and she's dangerous because of it. Because to her, when you think about the hierarchy of where things rank and what's the priorities in her life, male validation is at the very top. So regardless of what Fatima needs, regardless of what Fatima wants, regardless of Angela having really, really genuine intentions of wanting the best for Fatima, she can't get out of her own way, because in her mind, for her life, it is all about the male gaze. Angela spent the first season in its totality not rooting for Zach. And it's the moment when that man has disrespected you, called you 62 bitches and hoes, put his hand in your face 2 times, and now all of a sudden, you are on his side and you're rooting for him. That only, to me, comes from some type of twisted thing mentally that allows for you to excuse males and prop their asses up.
Pick me.
Gotcha.
Long as I got a man.
That's just what I sum it up as. Angela is a pick me. Andrea is a pick me. Yeah. And that's why I don't trust them hoes.
That's crazy to me.
Yes.
Oh, let's get on Nathan.
You know what? Tyler is. I feel like he really tries to paint the. I don't even want to put it as a race thing, as the black relationships and stuff. You know what I mean? But he do not like healthy relationships. I just want to put it like that.
It don't look like it.
He turn around and everything can be going good 1 second, and I'm talking about wham bam, thank you ma'am. 2 seconds later, now he had to throw a hook in the game. Like, God damn, can you get him at least an episode or 2?
So we kind of talked about this. I feel like we talked about this maybe like 3 Our Sister Keeper episodes back. And I get it. I really get that like observation of everybody on Tyler, and it's a valid one. It's a valid criticism, in all honesty. However, like the same way that I rallied for people to see Karen differently and to be able to empathize with her through all of the things, because she is giving reactions, valid reactions that women have, and we deserve to still be loved through certain things, and people to show up for us the same way we show up for them. I think that in what we are seeing, we sometimes give away the power of, like, we have a choice as an audience to decide what to accept and what not to accept. So y'all could have been rooting for Zatima all day. I was rooting for Zatima all day, but I also got my ass off the boat when that relationship no longer mirrored what I felt like was a healthy situation and I actually wanted to see. So it's not a problem to see it. For me, like specifically, we think about this episode and the top of it, and Fatima and Zach in the therapy session, right? And Zach get the boo-hooing, and he baby pleasing, and this he Jodeci to the max. For me, it was very refreshing and low-key healing to see Fatima still choose herself anyway, because I've been in that situation and I've chose the nigga. So,
I love that.
And the only way that we actually get to have that moment as the audience is if we get to see it and we get to see her do it. Does it make sense?
Yeah, it does. It makes a lot of sense. And
I wanna.
at the end of the day, but after we see that, one episode later, she's back. You know
That's the problem.
Go right back.
And we're going to get into it. We're not at 14 yet.
Not at 14 yet, though.
I'm on Fatima's ass in 14.
I need a freaking...
Me too. Me too.
I need a, you know what I mean? I need a healing process to happen. First of all, yes, of course, everything happened so fast. And that's the reason why I don't feel sorry for nothing that Fatima really going through, to be honest. But one is all a choice. You only been knowing this man only over a good 6 weeks, and within that 6 weeks, honey, baby, you ain't never get to know him. So
too much?
You actually getting. I love him, Andy. I'm telling you, I know him, and I'm like, girl, it's been 3 episodes. You telling this girl that you know somebody that she. You know what I'm saying? So I already knew, like, right there, she is kind of crazy, her dang on self. Because let me tell you, so how you just gonna insist that you know that this man not gonna do something? I know he wouldn't do this. I know my man. You don't know this man. You only know him for you. Y'all ain't even been on a real date. And when y'all was on a date, he sat down on one knee and proposed to you. That was a red flag right there.
Okay.
First of all, you just sat there and you just literally got through effing your baby mama at her salon 2 days ago. You know what I'm saying? And now all of a sudden we decided to make it official 3 days later. And then you used to get down up on one knee. First of all, baby, you crazy yourself for accepting that. First of all, that's rebound action.
Come on.
Rebound action.
That's very much true.
He wasn't even freshly out of a 20. First of all, it wasn't even 24 hours before he was freshly out of the relationship with her. Because if you think about it, remember he even had her drive her to the hotel, drive him to the hotel where she was there trying to sleep with Aaron. He was still heard about that, so you met him her, girl. So why wouldn't you even try to get to know this man before you sit up there and pouring all your feelings? What was you pouring this?
Okay, so when very valid, poignant questions get asked, it's time to cultivate some answers.
Come on, girl, give it to me.
I've been thinking about that because I did my whole Why Fatima Chose Zach video.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I was very objective and I tried to give her as much grace as possible. But now, with the additional context that we're seeing, I feel like there's certain things that we need to explore. Like Fatima, is there something in it for you to feel like you can take this bottom of the barrel Negro, clean them up and dust them off?
She didn't give her stuff a chance.
Now that, like, is there something to be said about that? Because those women exist.
Yeah.
Those whether you look like Fatima or not, that woman exists that has low self-esteem and doesn't have the confidence that she needs to be able to attract what she actually deserves. So she takes what comes to her. She goes after the fixer-upper because at least I know what I'm getting and I can build exactly what I want.
Erica, remember we talked about this in one of your videos a while back. I was on one of your lives on Twitter, and I talked about it. I was like, one of the main reasons, it's not just good sex, because good sex don't make you go through all this in 6 weeks. Not just good sex. But remember what I told you? I was like, when it comes to Fatima and Zach, Fatima sees somebody that she can save, and it makes her feel less empty. Because for Fatima to be who she is hella insecure and hates being alone. So she's in a mindset, well, I got a piece of man, so I'm going to work with what I got. But baby, if you fixing up on him and it's doing no good, what is the point of doing it? You running yourself ragged, trying to make sure he okay, and your ass is dying.
Yeah. And you know what, Aaron, I feel bad for Aaron a little bit too, because But you know, at the end of the day, he is a rebound because both of them people was just in a relationship 24 hours before they called themselves trying to be in a relationship. It's not.
I agree with that part specifically. However, Allie opened my eyes up in our conversations with that because those relationships were handled differently.
They were. You right.
Jack and Fatima went the route of rebounding through sex.
You right about that.
Karen and Aaron actually got to know each other. Karen and Aaron actually had conversations.
Right.
Karen and Aaron were planning grocery store dates and like
on dates.
Yeah. Aaron is emotionally matured. Aaron is not a 12-year-old in a 38-year-old body.
I say that, but yeah, I mean,
what are y'all names? What's y'all names?
This is Christina. She's usually on the
on Twitter Spaces. Hey, okay, it's good to put a face to the voice. Okay.
And I saw you said your profile is Vaughn.
Yeah,
Vaughn who?
But my real name is Edwina Jones. I was just on y'all live on YouTube.
Wait, what's your name on YouTube?
Edwina Jones.
Oh, Edwina. Okay.
Hey.
Yeah, that's what I was telling y'all about my mama head. You know.
I am so sorry, boo. I am so sorry. Nobody deserves
it. And thank you for sharing that. That's very transparent.
Because it's almost like it wasn't realistic when if somebody that never said before. They'd be like, oh, that's just so exaggerated how that happened, but it's so crazy because my mom is almost, I believe, a little bit worse than that.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, prayers up for you and for mom.
I'm so sorry.
It's bad. And it's crazy because at 9 years old, I came to terms with her and I still wanted to love her no matter what, and I still wanted to be with her. And at 9 years old, I ran down the stairs when she was leaving from visiting me, and I said, "Mama, why you on that?" And she said, she turned around, and I loved her honesty though. She turned around and said, "I ain't gonna lie, baby, because I'm having fun right now." And she turned around and she skipped on, and I turned around and I skipped on. I went back up the stairs, and you know what? And I understood her after that, even though it still hurt me when I got older. How when I finally got to really be around her and I see how she just can't control herself, and she just like how she talked, you know, that mom was talking. That's exactly, and I believe a little worse though. Yeah. But I still love that lady.
Absolutely.
It's crazy.
I mean, a certain thing happens once you start to really heal from childhood trauma, and you, like for me, I was able to get to a place with my parents of like accepting them as humans first before my parents, and that changed everything.
I just choose to stay away from them. I just be like, you know, I can love her from because I ain't got to be, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yep.
In order not to respect her or not to, you know, because it can be so painful sometimes that you feel like almost putting hands on, like, what's wrong with you, you know? It's crazy. You don't want to say that because it sounds so bad, you know. But it gets to that point where, look, I can't take this. You know what I'm saying? But so I just feel, but I'm gonna love you from a distance. I still love you. You know? Be around you.
Literally. Well, you definitely
you got to be like that with some family members.
You do.
Yeah.
Anything else I want to share about episode 13? Because I want to get some other people up who want to chime in. This episode was.
Okay, thank y'all.
Thank you, boo.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Last thing, and I'm gonna go. I don't. Okay, so Zach is like supposed to be on this redemption arc, right? I'm not understanding why he's still entertaining.
Who said that?
Okay, so that's like the direction it's supposed to be going, but it's not happening. I'm confused. I'm trying to figure out how you still so comfortable with Connie. You are like literally saying, "Oh my gosh, Fatima's mine. I'm not coming off her no time soon." But you still entertaining your neighborhood hoe.
Ain't that?
Yeah, that is
sorry.
Because I got thoughts.
That's 14.
But I think it is great to point out that in episode 13, we do find out that he went to Connie to have sex, but could not.
But he didn't go through with it.
But didn't go through
that
with it.
That is also.
But I'm like, that's
it's still the intention.
There's so many people that say, oh, y'all knew Zach didn't have sex with her. I knew he wasn't gonna do that. He all about Fatima. No, he went there
He still
to
cheated.
have sex and just couldn't
He still
get it up.
cheated.
So like that's the point to bring out.
It's a such thing as emotional and mentally cheating on somebody else. You didn't physically dip into nobody else, but you still cheated because your mind was that direction. So you're not finna sit here and convince me. You're not finna sit here and convince me that it's not gonna be an opportunity where Zach get mad enough and he actually go screw somebody else, because it's still a such thing as cheating mentally.
Oh yeah.
So once again, Zach is not on my shit list.
He done cheated with Deja. He done cheated with a whole bunch of people.
Exactly.
Yeah. Mentally.
So you're not finna convince me that he above it, because he not.
No.
Hey, hon, welcome up. What's your name?
This is Jamira.
Oh, hey, Jamira.
Hey, lady. Hey.
What you want to add, love?
It's the long side for me.
Shout out to Allie Nick, because let me tell you something. I really feel, as soon as you get started on these lives, it's just, well, the reviews is just like, let me just take it all in. I'm really just trying to see where Tyler is going to go with this. How is this going to end up? Because in reality, usually situations like this, it does not end well. And somebody who's been in Fatima's shoes, like, get a fine man, everybody want, whatever you're trying to fix him. He has mommy issues, you're trying to change him. He treats you like shit the whole time, and it's like, yo, like, this is not gonna end well. And I feel like Zach is just one of those, he is so manipulative. I cannot, like, the fact that you bring, first of all, if you're gonna go into therapy with your family, let that be about you for that moment. Fix that, see what you can do with that situation in that moment. And working on, I just feel like, what was the point of Fatima being there? What was the point?
Thank you.
Because in my eyes, it was really just more so like, okay, I want you to see that this is why I'm going through, this is why I do this, and this is why I act the way that I do, and I'm just trying to show you this is, and I'm just looking, the whole entire time, I'm sitting here looking like, okay, like, what, this is so, the whole time I'm like, this is so manipulative. This is a narcissist. I can't. It's just, it brought some things back into me. And I'm gonna be honest, y'all. My baby father was sitting right here, and he was watching it with me. And once it was over, I said, y'all toxic ass niggas, man. I don't understand. So he just laughed
on him, yo. I thought that has happened to me before, where I just had a reaction.
That's real. That's real.
And he turned to me like, I didn't even do nothing this time. Like, that's literally what it was. And I'm just like,
but in reality, I did have that conversation with my child, because I want him to watch this type of stuff. I'm like, you don't even realize you're looking at yourself right now. And I think whenever, and I'm not trying to bash him, but this is just my reality, so, but it's just more, I looked at him and I'm just like, I'm getting pissed again, because I'm really trying to figure out, what is Tyler trying to do with this situation?
Drive his audience crazy.
Oh,
that's what he's trying to do.
And I'm going there.
And I think, like, honestly, I think that's the power in media, period, not even just this Tyler Perry show. I use a lot of it, like a lot of the things that I consume, to help me audit myself.
Yeah.
What do I feel like I align with? What do I see myself in? What am I completely anti? Girl, do you hate this because it's actually a trigger for you? Or do you hate this because it's a part of you that you want to hide from everybody? Like,
Yeah.
Use media to ask yourself those questions. And like you said, there's no shade to your baby daddy. And if he's in a space where Zach is currently, I think it's a very powerful and beautiful thing to see that play out outside of yourself. And I have said this in videos previously of like, use media to make better decisions before you got to make the mistake.
Yeah.
My friends, it takes my friends to talk about me. Like, I would get physically upset and like yelling because I'm like, God, I actually know people who live this. And I just want to be like, grab them and be like, look at me. This is not good for you. And the direction you're going is not going to be good for either one of y'all. And I just want to be like, could you please let this go? And it makes me mad because I can't force them to realize that, you know, this is not a good situation. They got to figure it out themselves. But looking at it, I'm like, wow. Like,
and Jamara, I think the power for you is like the more visceral of a response that you feel, the more connected you feel to what's happening, the more too real it feels. It gives you a time and space to take a second, because the show go off after 30 minutes or an hour, depending on if it's a Zima or SISTAS, and be like, okay, so what do I do that's like this? Do I actually want to do that? No. Okay, so we're not doing it. I don't give a fuck what happens. We're not doing it.
And you know, a lot of people, and I understand that a lot of people, you know, it's a lot. These fans is wild, you know, and it's just apparent. You know, of course, it's gonna be some people that's gonna be like, oh, it's just a show, but it's like, these shows, these movies, they bring out realistic things,
and they're based
just like
off of real life people.
We're looking at real people.
Whether we know who these people are, whether it's said who these people are, I am a writer.
Yeah,
and we write what we know.
We're looking at real people's lives on the screen every Thursday.
And just like for me, when it came down to the whole with Zach and Karen situation, it was just like every time I saw Karen spiraling, it was like I felt that, for one, because she's a great actress. Like, she gives it.
Evan even giving it to me too real sometimes, man. I don't want to throw stuff.
Because I remember that episode when she went to Andy's and she was like, how many times did I forgive him? How many? And I was like, oh, I rewinded it back probably like 5 more. I don't know how many times, because I was like, oh, that felt so real. And I'm just like, every time I see her on screen in the SISTAS or whatever, I start tensing up, because I'm like, girl, like I know, like. And it bothers me sometimes, because it's like a lot of these women, a lot of the fans are women who can't see that y'all ain't been hurt at one point. Come on now. Or y'all.
Erica also makes a good point. Erica makes a good point. She says Karen and Fatima are literally the same person a couple years apart.
Yeah. Yes, absolutely.
Which is so true, because the pattern that Fatima had with Ian is repeating with Zach.
And
why
the
is
more
Fatima
responds, Fatima ain't that far from Karen. They basically the same person now.
Exactly. Why
is
Fatima drawn to men like this?
Same person.
Why is Fatima drawn to situations like this?
To speak really quick on what you were saying about Karen, when I tell you that girl, like, this is why I will stand 10 toes down. That's why I will forever be, for everybody else, the Karen lover. You can't come here and say this. You can't. I'm gonna stand 10 toes down. And I don't give a like, Karen could blow the whole Atlanta up. And you know what I'm gonna say? What did y'all do to her? That's how I'm like. That's what I'm saying when I'm saying I'm going to stand 10 toes down, because I understand Karen and I have lived so many of the experiences that she had. It's interesting to me to hear you say that it's like basically triggering you in a negative way, because I think that watching Karen over the last few years has really helped me forgive myself for some bad, accept certain things for what they were. And honestly, I take pride, like I low-key take pride in some of Karen's delusional, irrational behaviors, because there's some things that I did do, but then there's some things that I was too afraid to do. There's some times that I tuck certain feelings. That's why I always vocalize, like, I am here for her getting it all out. Because so often we have to carry it. Like, we have to eat your shit and then never say nothing about it. Don't complain about it. Don't walk a little different as if the load is too heavy. Don't let on. And when I'm bringing this up for you, of like, if you can, take a journal, ask yourself some questions. Like, you can DM me and I can send you some like shadow work questions to ask and or to answer if you ask yourself, to help you make peace with what you might feel like are your mistakes, what make you feel like, oh, was I dumb here, or was I doing too much? Because at its core, you did what you wanted to do in the moment that you was in, given what the information that you had and the resources that you had. You can't go back and change it. How does that impact who you are now? And if there's something that you can learn from, are you deciding to learn from it, or are you not? I am not ashamed of going upside my ex's head with a Grey Goose bottle, of kicking his chest. I'm not ashamed of none of it. None of it. And the people who are there know that, like, they can bring it up to this day, and I'm gonna be like, Andy.
So? I don't care.
Because I know what was going on. I know that it might not have been the best decision, but I know I felt completely out of control. I felt completely taken advantage of. I felt completely disrespected, and I responded the way that the only way I possibly could in those moments. A little inebriated, and it is what it is. I'm not faulting Erica for that. Is it the smartest thing to do? No. Could you have hurt him? Yes, cool, but he ain't die though. He all right.
You're right.
You want to know what I just noticed? This is what I just noticed. Okay, so Fatima is known for holding all her pain, anger, sorrow, everything inside, right? Karen let all that shit go. Fatima, do you see what Fatima is self-destructing? And Karen is sleeping at night.
Oh, damn.
So, like, hey, if I gotta be a little delusional because I want to knock this nigga out, at least I'm gonna be sleeping afterwards.
And wake up looking lovely. And wake up looking like you got a care in the world.
Sunrise. Let me go for a run,
baby.
I love Fatima, but do you know how many times I have screamed at the TV and be like, Fatima, if you don't break shit or throw something across that nigga head,
honestly, like,
shoot his ass in the leg or something.
You just said something. It was very blunt and direct, but you're not wrong. Because going back, like, I was the worst in my relationship when I held stuff. When I held it to myself, when I held it from him, when I held it from my friends, when I just, like, felt like there was nothing I could do, which is, again, also why I'm standing 10-toe down on whatever Karen decides to do in her reaction to get it out. Because releasing it allows that cathartic release so that you're not eating yourself up inside, struggling with the turmoil and the stress. Stress kills. Absolutely the hell not. Over some penis? No.
I feel like, because I identify in that way with Fatima, because I've been that person that didn't let nothing out. I was just quiet, pissed as hell, couldn't focus at school, couldn't focus at work. I'm already terrible at sleeping. And holding all that in makes it worse. And but you know this, I've said, how much is Fatima gonna hold on to or take before she be like, fuck it, and straight up explode? Because she isn't releasing anything. All that pressure is just stacking on top of each other. You could be as strong as hell. You could be the strongest woman in the world. You can't take all that. It got to come out some other way. And for her to be, and for her, like, as her history as a gangster, we already know she could be explosive. So if you explosive and you see the problems that you cause in other people's lives, why would you want to do that to yourself? Especially over a nigga.
I'm questioning so much about Fatima, because Fatima been done with Zach 6 weeks ago.
I'm confused.
I'm done. I'm tired. I'm done. How gangster are you, Fatima? Because I'm really starting to question the validity of the things that come out of Fatima's mouth. Because
she ain't tired yet.
Fatima too, you know, she too this for me. But Jamira, I did want to say the things that Erica was saying about the questions and things of that nature. And I think just as women, especially depending upon if we found love at a young age or got involved with someone at a young age, I think one of the greatest things that we can do is recognize where we were and forgive ourselves. And even to understand too, when people are trying to speak, give us wisdom on our situations, one thing that they cannot feel is how we feel about the person that we're with. Those feelings are very real, and those things are very strong. So I understand. I've been on both sides. I understand when I'm trying to speak to someone who is entangled in something that is not good for them. And I also have been that person where my friends have had to come to me about some of the decisions that I was making in my personal life. Right. And one of the things that helped me was that I know that it was coming from a sincere place, even though I was not ready to give up the lifestyle that I was living. I was very promiscuous. I didn't care about companionship. Can you dick me down well? Are we compatible sexually? Like that I was on that time for a long time. And then something happened where I was like, Alicia, you wilding. And when I recognized I was wilding, that's when I was like, okay, there are some changes that need to be made in my life. And every decision from that point on began to reflect the woman that I wanted to become. And I'm not saying that people just gonna change and get rid of the boyfriend and get rid of the girlfriend immediately. But once you get to the place of understanding that I want more, I deserve more, I know who I am, I know whose I am, you can begin to make those certain changes in your life. Yes. So it's okay. It don't have to be no, girl, I just woke up one morning, I would just do everything. That's not reality. It's going to take a while. And even when you're trying to rid yourself of certain feelings and emotions, allow yourself to go through that process and understanding that some process is going to look like Karen, where you're going to cry, where you want to go off. I'm not really the violent type, but I got a lot of mouth, or something been flew out, and I'm like, damn, yeah, I meant that, or whatever the case may be. But I think as women, and like you were saying, how you would be quiet and you wouldn't say anything, and then you explode. That I used to be like that. My mom used to call me the calm before the storm, because you just never knew when it was going to happen. And so I was like, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to begin to express myself in a way that is clarity there, is understanding, and I have to realize that my feelings matter just as much as his. My feelings matter just as much as theirs. And I think sometimes we esteem other people's emotional state higher than we do our own. And I think that's why we keep quiet, because I want to maintain the peace. I want to be the bigger person. And I have come, maybe within the last 4 years of my life, damn, being the bigger person. I'm tired of being that person.
Yeah.
It's a learning process for me.
One second, Christina, because I love what you just added, Allie. And also, I am not the violent type now, but I cannot say that I'm not going to going up somebody's head, because it really depends for me.
I will.
Right. When it comes to, like Allie talked about how she wanted to communicate and getting to a place of distilling down what this communication looked like for her. Another reason why I'm so proud of Karen in the moments that she's the most crazy and delusional, because I feel like sometimes for people, it looks like you going to extremes to figure out where you want to settle, what's okay for you. So it might take you losing your shit a couple times. And then you decide, I don't want to actually, I done got a headache. I can't go to work for 3 days. I don't want to do that. But I need this to know this. And then you start to dial it back. That's what it looked like for me. As I was weaning myself off of this guy. And like, to give additional context, my Zach was the one guy that I actually had a season. And I realized this, and that was when I had to like, okay, you need to do something else, because it's giving crackhead, honestly. This was the one guy that I know for a fact I had a season of loving him more than I loved myself. Like without a question. And you don't really understand it in the moment while it's happening. I think that's also why a lot of the stuff that in the therapy session started to hit me very different, because not even me being a Fatima, like I've experienced that, but I've also experienced like, well, he can't go, and he can't, like, I have to do something, like, no, like us not being together is not an option, because how do I live?
I need
Wait,
him.
what you saying, honey? Wait a minute.
Right.
But it takes you going through those things. It takes you expressing those things. So I'm going to always stand 10 toes down and you acting out and releasing it, because for me, I am a thinker and I do process a lot internally, but I tend to specifically like the big emotions, the heavier stuff, the faster that I get it out into the world, the better I can deal with it in its totality.
Absolutely.
It's a learning process for me, but what really switched my, like I said, I was a Fatima and I'm still learning how to like express what I'm feeling, right? But what happened was I was in a point in my life where like I literally would have a situation that pissed me off so bad that my body was shaking, heart rate was out the woodworks, severely hot, everything. And I never said anything about it until I almost collapsed one day going to class. And I'm like, Christina, whoa, I need you to stop. You only 19 years old, relax. But in that realization, now that I realized like all the stuff that I done been through for me to be so young, after I realized that, oh, like expressing myself isn't really that bad. And in the process of expressing myself, I have 2 stories that I got written. I have a whole album of songs that I have written that I need to be released. And all the stuff that I have written or wrote or talked about, I already know is going a person who thinks like me or used to think like me is going to help them realize, damn, I need to stop this. But I didn't have that mindset at first, and it was driving me crazy. So I was like, you know what? No, you got to let all this go. And trust me, I can still explode. You know, I still get quiet every once in a while. It's a process. I'm not there yet, but I'm trying to work on it. So like every time I feel like I want to break something, I write it down. And that in turn helps me breathe lighter. And I'm like, it's not that bad. I probably should have been doing this to start with.
And see, my coping mechanism is writing music. Like it's crazy because every heartbreak I've had, I write music. And baby, when I tell you, to me, that's a hit. I'm shy. It takes me a minute to get out there a little bit.
Me too.
But the thing that I want to touch on with this therapy with Zach, it was just like, I don't know, I'm a Cancer. I'm a crybaby anyway. So I see a man cry, I'm just already like, oh, I said, oh, Zachy, with your trifling ass.
Listen,
I was crocodile tears.
And we also get conditioned. I don't know about y'all. I'm not gonna say we. I'm gonna say me. I was conditioned, like males in my family, something wrong. What can I do to fix it?
Yeah,
immediately. So like that immediately kicked in for Zach. But then as soon as Fatima was like, "But it's that butt."
I was like, we got to go. Yeah, you walk back out that door, girl. Gone. Because
I'm like, Fatima, yes, girl, do you? Because you deserve so much better than you tolerating. That's why I be like, Fatima, please break something. I don't got time for this. Because you are too good of a person, too good of a woman to be dealing with this. You deserve so much better. So leave that nigga alone until he has the language to understand, I gotta fix this. I know I'm very in love with this woman, so how do I work on this so I can be the right man that I need to be for her? When he get there, then we can talk.
I'm not necessarily convinced that he's very much so in love, but I want you, Myra, to finish what your point was.
We can touch on that. Okay, go ahead, finish.
This is the last thing we're going to do before we got to move on to episode 14. Okay. So y'all going to have to come back up after we do this. We're going to drop you down. We're going to go on to 14. But, okay, is Zach in love with Fatima?
I
considering episode 13.
Okay.
I think that Zach loves Fatima in a language that he only understands. I feel like, yes, he could love her, but it goes back to your video, Erica. Does he really have the capacity to love her? Like, does he understand love enough to be like, yes, I'm so in love with this woman, I need to keep her? Or is he keeping her because, one, he don't want to be by himself. 2, as he said, she's the only one that like pushes him to do something other than be a deadbeat ass Negro. But like, Zach, I need you to get to a position where you understand I can be this world around awesome ass man by myself. I shouldn't have to depend on a woman to tell me, hey, you the shit, you can do all this, the world is yours. Like, I need you to get to a mentality where you understand that you have everything that you need in order to be the man that you want to be. And once you get to that position, then you can love Fatima the right way. But until that happens, I don't know. How long is this going to take for you to get that?
Okay.
Like I said, this is supposed to be a redemption.
Before Jamara chimes in, one, I don't think this is redemption, which is why he's not taking accountability for a damn thing. And two, damn them affirmations, because them affirmations has not kept him faithful this entire time. So clearly those were just seasoning, a little sprinkles that could have been taken or left. They made absolutely no difference for their relationship. But everybody that's team Fatima pours into Zach, and what did that do for her? Oh, all right.
Empty heart because it does no good.
Jamara, what do you think? You think he's in love with Fatima?
I'm taking my glasses off for this. I have said this. I said it even before I commented under you ladies' video reviews and watching it. I literally said, I don't think he's in love with her. I think he's in love with what he does for her. And I said this in the comment. I said, Zach does not have a fiance. He now has found his mama. That's now, because think about it. Fatima does Zach's dirty work. First of all, why he couldn't get, he got money now, why he couldn't hire his own damn lawyer for his son? I understand you work at a law now, okay, granted, you work at a law firm, it's easy, cool, quick, you can go ahead and get that taken care of. But it's like, you don't even trust him to make decisions, so you make it for him. He has to ask you for permission to make a move. That doesn't sound like a relationship to me. That sounds like very much your mother that you have now found. And so that even further proved to me during that therapy session. Just he's snotty nose running. I'm talking about like he's about to let go of his mama hand, but like he's getting off that titty for the first time.
I agree with you 100%.
Well, wait, Allie,
I'm so sick of that crying.
We gotta peace out for y'all. We'll bring you back. I'm gonna let Allie chime in, and then we're gonna segue into episode 14.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.
All right, y'all. Good.
Okay, go ahead, Allie.
Good. Oh, you want me to answer that question?
Yeah. No, you about to.
Oh, no, hell no. I've never thought that Zach was in love with Fatima. I don't think he's in love with Fatima. Do I believe that he has love for Fatima? I absolutely do. I do not believe that he's in love with her. I agree with Jamira, and I've always stated this. I believe that Zach is searching for a mother in the women that he attaches himself to. And I feel like Zach, the way he interacts with Fatima is almost like when a kid is on the playground and somebody hit them and they run to their mama, like, Mom, that boy over there in the red shirt hit me. Oh, that boy in the red shirt, don't worry about it, baby. I'm going to take care of it. And that's what Fatima, for me, has represented. That's what she has done. She does Zach dirty work. She doesn't trust him, or she trusts but verifies, which equates to she doesn't trust. And I don't have a problem with her not trusting, just to be honest. But I just feel like in love, that is hilarious. The fact that they're engaged is laughable. For me.
This therapy session proved to me that Zach does not actually know what love is. That's my take on it.
Period. And I wanted to get more into that in episode 14, why I fully agree with what you just said.
So let's go there. We're going to episode 14.
Go.
Thank y'all for kicking it with us. And shout out to Allie for hanging in there, because you're on the East Coast, boo, so I know it's late.
But I'm in here. I'm in here because I have some thoughts. I have some thoughts about this episode here that I don't know how people gonna feel about it, but it's how I feel. So I'm definitely ready to express them. And for those who like Fatima, you probably not gonna like me.
And that's okay.
After I say what I got to say, and which is fine. I still love y'all anyway. That's
fine. Y'all can see my literal in the moment reactions over on my Discord in the SISTAS room.
And they are hilarious. Because I listen to them, and they are hilarious.
Okay, the top of episode 14. First of all, I'm going to just go ahead and say episode 14 was completely unserious. Everything about it, from the top to the bottom, was completely unserious. I laughed the entire time, and it wasn't because this was a brilliant comedy. It was low-key laugh to keep from crying, because you gave me episode 13, and then you took that shit away like, thought you had a friend.
We thought.
Okay, Tyler, I see you.
We thought, Tyler, you played us. Damn it.
Where you want to start at with episode 14?
Episode
I'm going to follow your lead.
Where does it pick up at?
It picks up.
I should have had my darn thing up here.
With Fatima and Paul.
At the club, right?
No, at dinner.
They're at dinner.
Before they go to the club.
And Angela calls her to let her know that Zach left, right?
Yep.
Okay, and so Fatima and Paul are having a conversation. I don't remember what they talked about.
Oh, at all? Okay, hold on. Because I actually, I don't appreciate this. And this is what, I low-key blame myself, because sometimes we just also take up accountability when we the victims of some bullshit. I be wanting to root for Paul and Fatima so bad. Even the awkwardness in the conversation, talking about that gets really touchy, works. The chemistry is great. It is giving it is giving Aaron and Karen, and I'm just like, why are you doing this to me again, Tyler? We already know you don't want this to work, so why are we doing it again? So, okay. I don't remember word for word what he's talking about, but he just asks very intentional questions. He's not catching too many feelings about her having big feelings. He seems fully capable. He leaves it off of if you decide to actually give me a chance to show you what I can do, I will show you what I can do.
That's what it was. That's what it was. That was the one thing thank you for remembering that. When I couldn't remember, but that was the highlight of that particular scene, because when he said that, I feel that Fatima thought he was talking about sex, and the way he kind of spoke it felt that way. But he was like, when you ready for me to, or if you let me show you the kind of man that I can be for you. And I was like, because I think Fatima was like, well, what you mean by that? He's like, I can show you. And she was like, what you mean by that? And I said, is he talking about sex? Which I think that's what she thought. But he was not talking about that at all. It was, I just want to show you who I am. I want to show you the type of person that I am and the type of man that I can be for you. And I like that sentiment. But then it goes back to what you stated. We know that Tyler ain't going to let this happen. So it's like, why are we here? And I like the fact that...
No, go ahead.
No, I like the fact that Paul isn't too aggressive in his approach.
Part. This is why we here.
With her. Yeah.
Because the tea is, because I be really trying to, I be playing the devil don't need no advocate, but I be trying to play that because y'all be trying to eat my ass up, and I want to be ready for you.
Yeah.
I made the point of Zach needs to behave like the man he says that he is. Stop trying to tell people that's simply not true. And then Paul in this moment says, if you give me the opportunity to show you, I will. But that is not because he's not already walking like a man of integrity, of purpose, of intention, of commitment, and knowing what the hell he wants. But because he can do that and also understand that this is a touchy time for Fatima, so he's not trying to be overly aggressive, and the ball is in her court. It's literally like a damn stove. She could cut that gas up all the way to high if she liked. He literally gave her control of some that's already the case. You ain't got, this is not Build-A-Bear. You ain't got to stuff shit in him, girl. And he come out the pack like this with the batteries. What are we doing? My God, what are we doing? We out here building niggas, and we already got a pre-made model off the factory. Like, girl, y'all not gonna like me either, because Fatima, I'm on your ass. Because this is for all of us at this point.
Girl.
This is for all of us. What are you doing? And I get it. Girl. You love Zach so much because you actually do know what love is, and you've been given all of this, and you didn't invest it. God knows why. Because a fine-ass nigga and good penis, black women, penis and fineness don't mean shit, okay?
At all.
If nobody has told you, your good sis just told you, those
and
are cherries on top.
In addition to what good sis just told you, if we want to be all the way funky with it and all the way real with it, women, I guarantee you can give yourself the greatest orgasm in the world. If that's what you really looking for, you don't need no penis to do that. And you ain't got to use no toy. God gave us a great thing when he gave us 5 fingers. And let y'all imagination do the rest. But you don't need no man. If penis is making us do this, baby, we need to boycott. We need pandemic boycott. Because ain't no way.
And before y'all do it, before you do it, because like I said, I be thinking, and y'all asses, you trying to eat me up. Yes, Paul is fine. But Paul ain't resting all his goddamn worth on how fine he is. See all the bitches looking at him? That he ain't looking at?
Did Fatima not say that?
Penis. And his penis. Because the moment that Fatima said, no, I can't go there, so what you want to do? Just talk? Cool.
Honey.
Well, I tell you, y'all can't tell me shit. Y'all can't tell me shit. So stop trying in the comments. I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to warn you. And I'm going to say it a little calmer. Black women. Beautiful black women.
Yes.
Brilliant black women. Bomb black women. Leave that demon dick alone.
Baby, what?
Leave it alone.
About to have you stressed out here.
Leave it be.
You better leave it be, honey.
The conversations that Paul and Fatima had on their first and second damn dates, even with interruptions from Zachariah, because he's no longer Zachary. Zachariah. Fucking country, goofy ass. Go ahead, Allie, because I feel like I'm gonna get started and I ain't gonna be able to stop.
Okay, where we at? So they left the bar. They going to the club now. Cause like I told you, girl, I got so caught up in what we were saying, child. I didn't even pull up the episode, but so they leave and they go to
some tidbits. Let's play some tidbits real quick. Let's hear some audio.
Okay.
I don't know if I'm gonna be able to hear. Y'all be able to hear it. Can y'all hear that on IG? I mean, on YouTube? Shit, I gotta pull it up on my phone.
What Jill Scott wrote a song about?
Quite so sure.
Julie from Philly definitely probably didn't tell us because she's been telling us her whole damn career.
What she wrote a song about pleasuring herself? Is that what we talking about?
Why you say that?
Okay, let me.
Well, I mean, your body's here, your mind's here, but your eyes aren't.
What are you talking about?
All right, so I don't know actually. Well, I can turn it up on my computer to actually hear it. Are we gonna play a couple little snippets? But YouTube, don't come for me, girl. Now, y'all be trying to copy.
How they are.
Allie, you got YouTube open so you can hear it?
I have to put my headphones on, so I don't want to be no
Well, I mean, your body's here,
Or you
your
can just
mind's
mute.
here.
Well, you will have to unmute on IG if you don't.
Your eyes on.
What are you talking
I
about?
just put it on.
Okay. He said her body's here, her mind's here, but her eyes ain't.
Who said that?
Paul said that. You know, because he be singing through her ass.
Cause what?
Because he looks at her and looks right through, like down into the depths of her soul.
Oh yeah.
He been doing that.
Which he been doing that. That's just like what Karen told Zach. When I talk to him, I know he's listening. He looks at me.
Yeah,
I said,
right.
this is Karen and Aaron
Make more money
all
than
over
all the
again.
men in here.
All over again.
Exactly what this is.
So I'm guessing you dealt with that?
Oh yeah, I got some stories.
And Paul don't deserve this. I don't really know Paul like that, but damn it. I mean, I don't want to see the brother go through this. I just don't. And then I think the thing that gets me too. So we at the club now.
No, we still at dinner.
Oh, we still at dinner. Okay. I just like the maturity of Paul, because even when Fatima basically was saying but not saying it, like you fine as hell, he wasn't cocky with it. It was just like, yeah, they may be looking, but it is what it is. Like, I am right now, you have my attention. Is this when he tells her that she's like the most beautiful woman he's ever laid eyes on?
Well, he says that before they get up and leave. After he makes the whole statement about, oh, if you just let me, yada yada yada. Not yada yada yada, because it's great, but like we've already gushed about that. We can go to the club, because I actually want to jump around and just compare and contrast. It's interesting to me once we get to the club and Zach loses his shit and starts talking about what Paul ain't and what he is. In the process, he also downplays everything that Fatima cares about. They talk about music and art, and you don't really like that. You need a hood. Who said that?
First of all,
how are you gonna tell her what the heck?
First of all, the fact that he called that corny, because Paul is a cultured individual, he's corny. The fact that you need that hard stuff, you need a thug, that's what you need. I would have laughed in his face. Are you just the fact that Zach did this, and we know how this episode ends? I'm not gonna get that right now, but we know how this episode ends, and the fact that this man, in my personal opinion, went back to what he knows, which is said, "Are you happy?" So, like, Zach, I just met him. Oh, you just met him. Okay, like, yeah, remember that. I said, brother, she just not, if we want to be honest, not too long met you.
Hello.
So what are we talking about here? So I said, okay, does he make you laugh? Actually, okay, thank God it's coming to me. Actually, he does. What y'all talk about? What y'all be talking about? As if he's not there. I said the fact that Fatima allowed Zach to sit down where they were to talk to him. No, I could lay you on your back. Because his body ain't custom made for yours like mine. I said, get the hell out of here. Get the hell out of here with that bull crap. I want to say so bad, was your body custom made when you had Karen body up against that wall? Was Fatima body custom made for you then? Okay. I said, that's corny. You want to talk about corny? That's corny. And you result back to sex because that's all you have to offer.
All you have to offer while shitting on the stuff that she actually values. You don't say, well, I could learn that. I want to go see that. I want to try that. Because you have no idea about it, it's automatically nothing. You don't really care about that. I just told you I did.
Yeah.
I just told you I did. Which goes back to the point of you don't actually listen to me. I am not your property, Zachariah.
Yeah. Yeah. Which is how he feels. She must.
You do not own me to the point that you get to tell me what does and does not matter to me in my life. What is and is not for me. What will nourish me and what won't. What should be good enough.
Yeah.
Because it's all you got to offer. Go to hell.
All you got to offer. I'm going to leave the back door open for you. Have fun going home alone tonight. I said, see, and this is my thing too.
He didn't catch that. He said, I'm going to leave the back door open for you. But Fatima coming through Claire's house? Oh, I didn't even catch that.
You didn't hear him say, I'm going to leave the door unlocked for you. I'm going to leave the door.
When I tell you I checked out of this episode, I checked out. When I tell y'all better not tell me a damn thing in the comment section. Y'all better not.
Because what I said was, I said, oh, you pulling a Karen? You pulling a Karen? Oh, I'm gonna leave the door unlocked for you. And then turned to him and said, have fun going home alone tonight. I said, baby, this be the bull crap I be talking about. Because even though Paul was like, I could have been a man enough and I could have escorted him away from us myself, I didn't do that. But the fact that Fatima didn't do it spoke volumes. And the fact that she
well, that would be childish. Girl, childish. Yeah. What the fuck Zach just did? What are we talking about?
Yeah. I was like, Fatima, are you serious? Childish? So it would have been
invasion of the body snatchers? It's giving body snatchers. Because when the hell did Andrea Barnes get here?
Okay.
Mimi loves peace says if your woman says she like politics and philosophy, that's when you start spitting Socrates, Aristotle, and the Prince by Michael.
Come on. Come on.
Allie. That comes to interrupt this damn date because Angela run her mouth too fucking much.
Honey.
But he brings Connie.
He brings Connie. I said, if Connie say I'm about to go up and change my clothes one more time. She said about 5 times. I said, Tyler, did you not have anything for this woman to say? We understand. We know. She about to go change her clothes. I ain't gonna get too far in it. Connie goes up to change her clothes. I said, he didn't even tell you where y'all was going. He asked you if you wanted to go for a ride. You just knew what to wear. I said, Tyler, this the mess I be talking about, but I'm gonna leave you alone today, bro. So at this club, after Zach done said what he done said, and that corny line about he want the rain to trap them in the house, I said, what the hell are you talking about? What the hell are you saying right now?
I said, who gave him a book to read? What romance novel you pulled this shit from?
I don't know, but Tara, go to that page and rip it out the book. Wherever you got this from. I said, you wanted the rain and y'all to be trapped. What? I said, okay. If anybody proved themselves to be corny in that scene, it was Zach, not Paul. I don't know what the hell Zach was talking about. I don't understand at all.
And to your point, not only you don't know what he's talking about, but we don't know why in the hell Fatima is allowing him to do it.
Yeah.
You should have been drier than the Sahara goddamn desert, because what are you behaving like a buffoon? Stop acting like a hooligan.
And the fact that she was even appearing to be turned on by his nonsense. I said, Fatima, you already know I halfway rock with you, but the stuff that you showing me now, like, sis, I don't even understand. This is turning you on. This is making you feel good, but you had the audacity to call Paul childish if he would have escorted Zach. You're on a date with him, and this man came and disrespected you like he always does, and you're not saying anything, and you're acting as if it is okay. Your body language is proving that you're being turned on by Zach's immature antics. Okay, cool. So then he walks away. I was like, I thought you needed space from Nate. Nate and Tony are there as well. Then I'm about to go to when he walked on stage. You want to say something before we get done?
I'm waiting for that.
Then Zach proceeds to walk his happy ass on stage. I was like, wait a minute, what is he doing? I'm not a singer. He sounded like a kid who had been practicing their speech but still wasn't confident about himself. I'm not a singer, but I love you, and this is what I got. I said, what the hell is he about to sing? First of all, I'm gonna need every non-singing dude. If you are a man and you can't sing, you play Babyface. You don't sing his songs. That's rule number one. Now, that's one of my favorite songs by Babyface. I ain't gonna lie. That's one of my favorite songs by Babyface. And I said, I don't know. I said, Fatima, be strong. Fatima, I know you ain't about to let this bull crap get to you. I know you're not. Then I started seeing her face. I didn't know if Fatima was embarrassed or what. I couldn't quite pinpoint her emotions. So then when her and Paul left, I said, okay, good, cool, okay. It didn't faze you. Then we see them on the couch and Paul kissing her. She ain't the bit most into it at all. He knows it. So of course it kind of end. We see the man playing the saxophone. And then the next thing we know, we see Fatima coming out of her damn dress, climbing on top of Zach. I said, I'm done with you. I said, I'm done with you, Fatima. I wasn't really with you, but I'm done with you. But in all seriousness, though, this one I said for people who really rock with Fatima, and I know people love that scene with them having sex and all of that. It didn't faze me because I don't believe it changed how Fatima feels. And for me personally, the fact that Tyler has brought up the narrative of Zach going to therapy, my thing is go with it all the way. I'm one of those people that I know, and I've gone to therapy and counseling and stuff like that. That is a very vulnerable time. You're open, you're sensitive, all of that. And I felt like Fatima, you had to catch a nut that bad that you would go over to this man who basically told you he is emotionally dying and he's not in a good place, and you would go and have sex with him. Why? Why would you go do, like, for me, I was like, Fatima, that for me, I can't rock with you, sis. Why would you go have sex with that?
Okay.
I don't understand.
I did not think this until maybe about an hour ago. So this is very fresh and new for me. And then again, I checked out of the episode. If y'all go listen on Discord, I just cackled most of the time. Just you like, this can't be. But do we think that the sex scene with Zach and Fatima actually happened?
Oh, like maybe a dream sequence. That is a good point. I think it happened. I mean, I don't have a reason to believe that it did not. Only reason why I'm saying that
the pacing of it to me felt like,
but
and I know that Tyler has put stuff in trailers that he hasn't included in the show before, and maybe he's filmed things and to throw us off. But there is a scene in the trailer where Fatima is wearing what she's wearing and Paul is on the couch.
We shall see, but I mean, I'm not against that actually being a dream sequence. That possibly could be one. We never know.
Fingers crossed at this point, because that's the only thing that's going to save her from me, because I'm on her ass. No, you don't have to go all the way with Paul. I get you being off guard, discombobulated. I don't know why the goofy ass, janking ass singing moved you, because he literally, like, for me, you teach people how to love you, but this is not what we're talking about, because you're basically regurgitating everything that you see other people do who have loved you, and it does not hit the same because you don't understand what these actions actually mean, why these behaviors signify love. So Zach, you're pulling this from Karen, you're pulling this from Fatima, you might be pulling this from Connie that we never even know about, and you're using it on the women that you happen to be with at the time, because you know that these women love you and this is what they perform love to be, and you think that if you decide to perform it the same way, it's going to hit, and it's not. Fatima got her ass up there and sang Alicia Keys and sang her damn heart out because she was deeply hurt. She felt every word. While I don't doubt that you felt every word about missing her and all of that, but it was more rooted in your bullshit, and you are not even pursuing Fatima from a place to get her back to be who she actually needs. You're selfishly pursuing her because you don't want to be in the dark alone, because you spent your whole life in the dark alone, and because you can't possibly be by yourself. Regardless of if you being with her is killing this woman, that does not matter to you at all. So no, there is no love in the pursuit that you have right now. You spend this goofy ass game talking about locked in under rain in a cabin. Nigga, you ain't never been camping. Shut up. What are we talking about? Where are you pulling this shit from? I can't even register it because it's not even fucking real. All of it's performative. And Fatima, you dumb as hell. You a bird because you fell for it. And I'm pissed about it. She did all that work in episode 13 to turn her goofy ass around. And even if it's a dream sequence and they don't have sex, the fact that she allowed Zach to have the space and time to disrespect her and Paul the way that she did,
yes,
that let me know that she fell for it. The fact that she didn't get her ass up through that goofy ass karaoke moment, and what you say, the Easter program that he was putting on that goddamn stage, the fact that she didn't walk off of that tell me that she's like falling for it, and she's better than that. You literally have all the backbone in the world yesterday, mixed with some compassion and empathy. Where the hell it go? Because nothing has changed.
Yes.
Not a goddamn thing has changed, Fatima. You so weak in the knees. Stand up. Shit, I'm tired. And it's low key. This is probably going to be the most toxic shit I say. And you know what? Y'all gonna deal. Part of it for me is that you have the audacity to be the acceptable aesthetic for Black girl, the shit that people say that they want and they desire, and you behaving like this with all the goddamn privilege in the world. Get your shit together.
Yeah. Let's just say it's a dream sequence. Okay. I think for me, the thing that I have an issue with is Zach's, well, amongst many things, is the lack of boundaries that he has. Because the moment that Zach grabbed that chair to sit at my table with my date, he kindly would have been asked. I would have did kindly once. Zach, I'm gonna need you to see your way. I'm on a date right now. And I think she did make that statement, but you allow him to sit there, say whatever he had to say to you, say whatever he had to say to Paul, and remove himself. And that has always been something that has rubbed me the wrong way with the way that Tyler writes the character of Zach. He always gets pacified. He is always in a position to say whatever the hell he wants to say, however the hell he wants to say it to anybody, and there are no consequences for his actions. He could just go around fancy free saying and doing whatever he pleases and disrespect other men. Like, truly disrespect other men. I know Paul got him together that one time in the elevator, but then Tyler had it where Zach headbutted him. This man is military trained, and you telling me thug life Zach caught him off guard with a headbutt? Come on, Tyler. And I think that for me, and it's like, it is obvious, the way I look at it, I don't want to say it's obvious. There is a kindred spirit, or there is a true liking that Tyler has of the character of Zach. And to me, he writes him in a favored way. And I think that as writers, and I'm sure you can attest to this as well or share your own experience, when you write in whatever you're writing, and there may be a certain character that you may have more of an affinity for, but to me, I always tell people that I care more about the story than I do my characters. Period. I care more about the story. There's just certain things that are not going to happen. Yes, you can embellish, you can exaggerate and all that stuff because it's your creative license to do so, and you have the privilege to do that. But it's like, let's make this realistic. Let's please have some moments where Zach think he about to get it, and it's like, no, I told you we're done, and I need you to respect that. Something, and it's like for Fatima to not make certain statements, it is really hard for me to be like, and especially because she's not one of my favorite characters anyway. And I'm just like, girl, like I so badly want that for her though. Like, you could put your foot down with these women who don't mean nothing, but when it comes to him, if he's not yelling and screaming, you can't present your boundaries to him. You can't present, this is what I want and this is what you must do. I'm having it's a disconnect there for me. It really is. Your face is priceless right now.
Fatima, I'm just trying to understand how Danny, Sabrina, Karen, and Andrea are hoes when Zach in the projects trying to pop pussy.
That's what I want to know. Yeah. Interesting.
You got all the smoke. You got your purse. And the man who deserves every ounce of anything that you can muster, you got this. Girl.
Yeah.
Fatima is stressing me out because she's on a swift track to Andy Land. Baby,
ain't she? She got to roll 2 more 6s and she gonna be there. 2 more 6s and she in Andy Land, okay?
And we ain't gonna give a damn about you once you get there because I can't.
There is no help in Andy Land.
Fatima came into the SISTAS universe not only with the pretty privilege that society gives, right, for this light-skinned woman, but with the Tyler Perry privilege. He perfectly positions you as better than everybody else. How the hell did we get here?
That is a great question. That is a great question. You know what? It's something that I don't know if Jamira said it or the other young lady said it. And I have always said this, that I believe Fatima there has always been a hint of insecurity with her. I believe once Zach had sex with Karen, that's when it came to the forefront. And I think one of the first times we really saw it was when Zach was going to play that night game. And she was like, you really expect me to believe you're going to play basketball like you went? And she went like from 0 to 50 in like 0.3 seconds. I was like, well, dang, she flipped like real quick. And he was like, listen, I'm going to go play basketball. You're going to be all right. You're going to chill. I'm going to be here when you get back. And she had like a straight attitude, but it was like, it was something that made me feel like, okay, this is the start of the shift, or the start of the change that we're about to see with this character. Because I'm like, she did come in a way where I've experienced this. I know what it's like for this other person. I know what it's like to be on this side. And it's like, at some point, even with Fatima being able to recognize certain things with Karen, or being able to share certain things with Andy, Fatima did some stuff that always made me question, like, is everything all right? Like, it was a lot of things, even with the way she allowed Andy to talk to her, running Andy's errands after business hours. And I'm like, you do realize you're not her personal assistant. So there were like certain things that was happening. I'm like, something makes me feel that Fatima wants to be included. She wants
right,
to feel
and that to me didn't fuel me thinking that she was insecure. That fueled to me her wanting community, her wanting girlfriends, honestly. Because look at the hell that she got. At least Andy got a penthouse now.
Yeah.
I get it. Now, I don't know though, because Tyler Perry, I also feel like, worked overtime to make us believe that Fatima was very confident. So I didn't buy that she was insecure. I thought that she was mistrustful of Zach, but I didn't buy that she was insecure. And this lends itself to what you were saying about the story matters more than the characters. You're so worried about protecting Fatima up until the point that you need her to do some insecure shit, and you laid no groundwork for her to actually be a deeply insecure person.
Right. Or when it comes off, because he did have her say that she was insecure, and which was so odd, because she went to the hotel, she had sex with Zach. The moment they finished having sex, she sat up and he was like, Fatima, like, what's wrong? Like, every time I think about you and Karen, that shit it makes me angry. Like, she was like, and she's insecure about that. And I'm just like, you're with him.
But
you're
see, that's the thing though. For me, I don't take that as you have an insecure trait or some insecurity about you, because in addition to him not laying the groundwork for some type of nuanced layering for some insecure weaving in her life, you gave her a partner that's not trustworthy. So I'm not thinking twice when she don't trust the nigga.
Facts. Those are facts. I mean, you can't get around it. Like, you cannot get around. And then I also think about, like, in the beginning, how everything happened with them. That's why I said sometimes I really have to not think about how their relationship began, because in my mind it's like, Fatima, I know there's no way you've ever trusted Zach. Like, I cannot be, there's no amount of words or nothing that can be said for me to be like, yeah, Fatima has actually trusted Zach. There's no way. There is no possible way. So it's like the things that he does, are you surprised? Like, I'm not. So it's there. I don't know. It's hard for me to, like, understand their situation. It really is, because I'm like, it's been doomed from the beginning. It's literally been doomed.
And I wanted to hope for it. I wanted her to have a little hood fairy tale that Karen was supposed to have that never got, and it was supposed to be fixed with Fatima. And now it's just getting worse and worse.
Like Mama Gladys saying, everything she said, it was horrible. It was horrible than the line before. And it's like with Zach, every action is worse than the one before. And Fatima's just there, and it's like, I think there was a lot of truth in the video that you did about why Fatima chose Zach. And I know that, I think it was recorded before certain things started to change for you. And I think that there are still great points to go and, like, to consider when it comes to her and Zach. And because I think there's a difference, like, when you choose to be with someone, in addition to you choosing to stay. You choosing to stay is what is concerning me, especially after this, especially after episode 13. My thing would be, sis, I think your thing was what? Run, Fatima, run. The caption you had, that is, Erica, that is like legit the truth. Fatima needs to run the hell away from Zach and leave him in his darkness by his lonesome. Because where he is, there is no. Mm-mm. No.
And to add to that, for me, I did call Fatima a bird just a few 20 minutes ago. I stand on it because you can have the conversation about you can't let him get away with certain things. Oh, well, you punishing him? No. But if he happens to get hurt, he gets hurt, which is all the truth. And then you concede to so much actions in this moment. You're literally shooting yourself in the foot. The way that you let all of this shit play out is telling him that this is okay to do in your relationship. So when y'all make no traction, he don't evolve or get better, and he continues to disrespect you. He continues to dismiss your interests and not prioritize you. He has yet to figure out what he needs to change about himself to be a better partner for you. And then you take your goofy ass back to this relationship. Don't be crying next week.
Oh,
God, no, don't be crying next week, Fatima. I don't want to hear it. The same way I don't want to hear it in the comments, because I'm on y'all's asses. Fatima can't tell me nothing.
Nothing.
Not a damn thing. Because the same way that you talk about, you know, your choices within the relationship. Can you still hear me? Okay.
Yeah.
This is a choice now. You literally at the prime moment. You're no longer riding the wave and the momentum of just trying to keep the relationship and trying to go along and get along. You've already made a stand. You've already left this man. You already went to therapy and then walked out of that motherfucker. You already had him come up to you and you done gone on a damn date. You have all the momentum to stake your claim and get what you need from this, and you basically conceded. Ho, we are 122 days into this damn strike and we ain't going home until we get what we need. Now your ass is packing it up. It's giving weak. What are we talking about? Oh, I hate this for you. I literally hate this for you. And I feel like Tyra Banks right now. We were rooting for you. What are you like Fatima?
It's okay.
It ain't.
It's okay.
Nothing about this is okay, Allie.
It's okay. No, I mean for you. For this for you, so that you can, you know, don't bust the gas.
Next week we're gonna be watching her cry. And then I'm gonna be the big bad bitch that don't feel bad for her.
Oh, well, I guess it'll be two of us because I won't be feeling bad for her either. Hell, what we feeling bad for? It goes back like some of the people who used to always say, well, Karen chose to be there. Karen chose to do this. Well, Fatima don't. And then the ones that was like, Zach begged Karen to take him back after he got stabbed for her. People felt like Karen she owed him. So I need to deal with immature ass Zach who could cheat on me and give me an STD because he got stabbed. Excuse me? And they want Fatima to do the same
thing. I need to deal with him because he getting on stage and singing Babyface. So at least
and nobody knows it but me. I said, baby, get your ass off that stage. That was the one time I was with Belinda. If Zach, if you ain't gonna sing, he can get his ass off the stage. I said, I'm with her on this. Get him off. Get him off.
Her toxic ass. Y'all, I'm not gonna hold you. Fatima in this episode triggered me. And she triggered me because I've had homegirls that I've had to let go for shit like this.
You started on Fatima. Have you ever watched SISTAS? Am I missing some of the story from SISTAS? Because I started on Fatima. Oh, baby.
Oh, you missing all the stories.
You missing a whole lot of the story.
You missing all the story. This is just this is literally just Tyler Perry's chocolate sauce on a Sunday, and it happens to be a hot boiling ass mess.
Yeah. Now on Sisters, it's 6 seasons, so I don't know if you got the time to watch from the beginning, but yeah. And
Fatima comes in season 2, episode 5.
Yeah.
But Fatima, like in this episode, Fatima triggered me because I've had friends that I've literally had to release because I refuse. I'm only going to ride and die, but so many goddamn times for you. And I'm now I don't even do it for men. So I'm only going to do it for your ass, but so many times. When I tell you, Fatima had all the leverage, all the momentum, all the power, and she handed it over for some half-baked ass baby face.
Yeah. Oh damn. What you said? Oh damn. Cause from Fatima look like the problem starter. Oh yeah, you got to go watch Sisters. You got to go watch Sisters.
I'm not gonna have no heart attack.
Cause Zach, whoo.
And if you wanna see who's the problem, you gotta start from the beginning of Sisters. If you're trying to see Fatima, she starts in season 2. But if you want to see the problem, start episode 1, season 1. It's very clear.
Yeah. But I know she triggered you. I know she touched a nerve with you. And okay, I'm not going to ask you that.
You can ask me, let me say this and then ask me, I don't care. The way that we are walking away from Demon Dick and ditzy ass homegirls, no. It's a no. It's a no. Especially if you're somebody who actually care about your friends. Let them go.
Now,
say no.
When me and Erica show up on this live with a shirt that say Demon Dick with an X like this, we gonna make us so y'all can order some. Oh my God. Okay, my question to you is, if the sex scene is not a dream sequence and Fatima actually had sex with Zach, how would that make you feel, knowing that we all know that they get back together because they're together in season 6, part A of Sisters, so we know what eventually happens. But do you feel that is something that signifies that maybe sex isn't the only stronghold for Zach in the relationship? That it may be something for Fatima as well?
Wait, what do you mean? What do you mean by stronghold for Fatima?
Because it's like with sex that it's like sex is Zach's language. So the way I look at it is sex is something that Zach he esteems it in relationships, because I guess he figured he's good at it. And so I'm thinking for Fatima to go and have sex, because as I'm asking or talking to you, there are other things coming up in my mind. But I'm thinking like I said it earlier, for her to know that Zach is in therapy, or he's gonna start taking the steps to become this better person. I believe that sex is a hindrance to where he's trying to go. Because I know for some people, I feel like, including Zach, when you have sex, they automatically believe that we're back in a relationship. And sometimes sex is just sex, period. I don't think they should be having it, but sometimes that's just what it is. But I feel like that would be something that would make him believe that him and Fatima are back to where they're supposed to be in his eyes.
Oh, I think yes. But what were you saying about it being a stronghold for Fatima?
You know how sometimes, I'll use myself as an example. When me and my boyfriend broke up, like emotionally, I was done. I've always been one of those people that said, if we break up, I'm not ever getting back with you. But when it came to the sexual aspect of our relationship, I couldn't let go of it. Like I was literally immediately, like, I felt like I need to have sex with him. I don't want to have sex with nobody else.
Do I feel
We're
like
not
Fatima
together.
needs that?
Yeah, like that's her, like, okay.
Because she already stopped having sex with him while they were in a relationship. If this is not a dream sequence, I will be deeply disappointed and deeply sad, because it would tell me, and this might not be what Tyler wants, but this is what I'm going to pick up on it, that Fatima is making an active decision to settle, and by settle, she is willing to take whatever Zach is willing to offer, and now we're back at square one. That's what that sex signifies to me. Her actually having sex with that man tells me that you're like, you know what? Okay, I would rather be with you than without you, and I don't need what you think, what I said I need, or what I think I need, what I actually haven't communicated that I need.
Mm-hmm.
You going through a lot, so it's fine. It's the equivalent to Fatima saying it's fine, and the whole fucking room is on fire. And every time I see a black woman specifically do it, it deeply saddens me. If I had to give a feeling, like a direct correlation, I would take you back to season 3 of All American, when Olivia Baker ran her goofy ass out of that damn hotel room after Spencer professed all his fucking love for her. It tells me that this little black girl does not think she deserves best, better, more, love, what the hell she actually needs. In Olivia's case, it's literally all that you ever wanted and you ran away from. But Fatima's case, it's literally the bottom of the damn barrel that you can get any goddamn where, but you won't go ahead and take it because you already invested so much, and it could get worse, maybe. Enjoy your mediocrity, ladies. I'm good. That's how I feel about it.
No, I feel you. I do. I feel you. I mean, that's just what it is at this point. I mean, hell,
I really don't feel like Fatima is a woman who needs sex, because even before, like that, again, that's not, we don't get the threads of that into her character. We just don't. We only get to see her having sex with Zach. And honestly, I don't believe the sex is that damn good. I'm going to go ahead and tell it.
I mean,
yes, we have scenes with her saying how amazing it is, but it also fucking rubs you raw, honey, with chamomile lotion in the goddamn Aquaphor. Fucking around with Zach. Girl, like, Ellie, I have had it with.
No,
I'm done.
I agree. Because I went back to the scene with him and Angela when he was like, I don't know why she just stopped having sex with me. And I'm like, Zach, you're a liar. Zach is a compulsive liar. And it made me think about what I said last live when I said Zach lies so much. He's one of those people who believes his lies. You know exactly why this woman cut down, didn't stop having sex with you, why she cut down on having sex with you, because you want to have sex 6 times a day. As if that girl ain't got no damn job or no life outside of your penis. Just
and
because you don't do nothing at work. Okay. Just because you don't do nothing at work and you can have sex all like that ain't normal. That is not reality. If you in your 30s, first of all, you need a nap. You work full time. You like ain't nobody out here trying to get it in those 6 times a day. I'm sorry. I don't care how good it is. 6 times a day, and then she come home. You don't even say, "Hey, how you doing, babe? How was your day?" You immediately grab her hand and try to go upstairs. Like, are you, boy? You can't go without sex for a few days, and that causes you to go cheat. You weren't able to seal the deal, but your intent was to cheat on your. Well, y'all was broken up, but no, they weren't broken up then. No, so your intent was to go cheat on your fiance. You can't chill for a couple of days. You can't, like, come on, dude. Come on.
And I literally was just thinking this. This just came up for me after I processed it. This is the first time I'm sharing it. I haven't done a breakdown for episode 14.
Me neither.
But
Me neither.
I figured out why I am so pissed about this. And it's because I remember a season where the best thing going with my Zach was the sex. And it's not even that the sex was just immaculate. It was just the time that I actually get your full attention, your full presence, and I could do something that at least made me feel of value to you. But that's not the problem. And I think that's why I'm so disappointed and saddened for Fatima, because sex was never y'all's problem. So you relegating yourself back to this little ass box that this boy want to keep you in when you're bigger and better than all of this is just beyond me. It's truly beyond me. So, yeah, if they do actually have sex, I'm going to be very saddened for Fatima. And good luck in your misery, girl. Good luck
you don't need it.
Good luck with your damn struggle.
Because you're going to need it,
I don't want
sis.
to hear in the comment section, because Karen said what she said, and I said what the hell I said. Karen, sweetie, it's not a struggle.
Karen said, psych. It's a struggle, baby. And you struggling. You struggling.
Enjoy it, honey.
She knew she was lying, because the moment Karen walked out of that darn what is it? What they got? That duplex, Fatima broke down crying. But you ain't struggling? Girl, bye. This man looking at you all crazy. I know it's a lot to deal with me. I know I'm a lot. I know it takes a lot. Shut up.
Please shut the hell up. How do you feel? In this episode, we also get it revealed that Belinda created the dating profile. Nathan supposedly didn't know about it, but Belinda's the one that showed it to him. And how we feel about that?
I'm going to be very honest with you, Erica. I didn't give a damn.
Zach is playing detective about some because he's just looking for more people to blame besides himself for the demise of his relationship.
Yeah.
That was never a problem until you made it a problem. And that's T, y'all. That's the perfect tangible example. Your homeboy come to you with this dating profile that your girlfriend supposedly have, your fiance supposedly have, and you have two choices. Believe it or not. You choose to believe it, and now we on this goddamn hamster wheel of bullshit, and you hiding out in parking lots and running up on people in the garage. Had you not believed it and stayed playing solitaire, you would still be fine. That is you. Your mama ain't slapped you upside the head and say, you know that bitch made that profile. Jeremiah wasn't in your back pocket like she did this. That's all you. Yes, Nathan has been conspiring against your relationship from the jump, but it's up to you to believe him. And it's wild to me how black women can be ride or die for a man, because I know my dumb ass has been hella delusional. Like, not my man, but you jumping at every goddamn lead. Boy.
I was like, because I guess like when I sat to really think about it, in my mind, I'm like, these are 35, 36-year-old men and women. Am I supposed to care about a damn dating profile that's now said single? I was like, and that goes back to when I said I do not like any of the friends. I don't like any of the supporting cast. I love them as the talent, but their role on the show, I cannot stand them. That's why I said watching Fatima makes me miss SISTAS, because at least in the SISTAS world, it's a wider world. And even though I don't like some of the people on there, it's like, okay, cool. These people not only get on my nerves, they have some of the most immature storylines. Period. Their conversations suck. The dialogue is horrible. Belinda act like she's 21 years old. Like, what are you going through? And I think it's I don't get it, girl. I can't.
You know it's bad when somebody say what's wrong with you. They say, what are you going? Baby, which of these weapons that have formed are winning?
I just can't. And then we're like, and I'm like, okay, was I supposed to be happy for Nate's aha moment? Like, you know, because I remember that she told me that she has saw the profile and wait a minute, you did that. I said, what the hell? Stop. No. Erica. I said, where's sister? See, this what be happening. Sisters come on and sisters get on my nerves. But the alternative, bring them back. I can't.
Bring them back. Bring them back.
I can't. And it's like, and I know I can't because when I'm like, Sisters is an hour show, maybe like 47 minutes with the, you know, without the commercials. Literally, I can remember everything, everything that's happened. Fatima, maybe a 26-minute show, one episode, and I can't remember jack. I'm like, it just doesn't stick. It just, I don't know. And I am more invested in Sisters than I am in Fatima. However, I'm like, there is nothing where other than like the Fatima and Zach, the other characters have nothing going on. They're not worthwhile. There's nothing about their storylines that have me intrigued. It's just absolute chaos and destruction. And I just can't do it no more. I don't know what we're supposed to do with this. I really don't. Oh, yeah. Mimi Love Space, the fact Melinda said, you're calling me like that one time. I said, you deserve to be slapped in your mouth. Because now you just being hella disrespectful. Hella disrespectful. That's why I'm like, all their friends are garbage. Like, all their friends are utter trash. I'm going to start going through some of y'all comments because I haven't been looking at them.
I didn't initially feel like I miss Sisters, but now I get what I get it. Because I feel like I had a moment of like, why am I watching this in episode 14?
Yeah. The friend groups and Fatima do make me appreciate my own. Don't they though? Don't they? For real. Because woo.
Period. Okay, before we finish up with 14, we gotta talk about Connie. Little Miss Connie in a little black dress, showing up, yelling and telling everybody in the whole damn place how bad her punani wants Zachary, but Zachary wants Fatima. But don't get it twisted, because the moment he decided he don't want Fatima, the punani is here.
Those are facts. Those are facts. But let me tell you what Tyler messed me up at when I couldn't get with this thing with Connie. Because in what world, and we already know Connie and Fatima have already had an exchange.
Mm-hmm.
In what world is Connie going to call Fatima that girl and not that bitch? What world is Connie going to be nice to Fatima? I said, so what? Fatima too good to be called a bitch, Tyler?
Ooh.
The only person that could call her that is Karen, because she got
Zach Mama.
And
Zach Mama.
And Zach Mama, you know she don't care. But I was like, that didn't even seem real to Connie's character for her to call Fatima, yeah, and you know, and because he didn't want to do anything with me because he loved that girl. I said, that girl? You know doggone well you wouldn't have called her that girl. You would have disrespected her and called her the B word. Speaking of the B word, when Nate called Fatima the B word, don't call her that. How many times I got to tell you not to call her that? And look at that bitch. I said, wait, hold the hell on. Hold the hell on. You just got mad at Nate, for calling Fatima out her name, out of the B word. Then you just called Belinda, and it was a strong gust of B that came out of that one. And I'm not saying Fatima Belinda is not the most respectable woman. I understand that, to those who may feel Zach was right or whatever. But I'm just like, you just called Fatima a B 2 nights ago. Matter of fact, you called her multiple Bs. You called her and her mama a B. So you can say it, but it's a problem when your friends say it. I said, Zach, get the hell out of here. You be throwing B's like it's nothing. You gonna call a woman a B. If you don't do nothing else, you gonna call a woman a B. It said, girl. But I just felt like that was not in Connie's character. But Connie still did the most. And first of all, the fact that these people love bringing their exes to dates. But seeing about her ex when she was about to get proposed to. Zach done bought his ex to try to prove that you did not have sex with. I said, Erica, have you ever bought your ex to your current or to your present?
No, but I wish I did though. When she did it, I was just like, why didn't I think of that?
Really?
But that was when I was toxic, like when I was like full on like engulfed in toxic. I done already fucking elevated and healed and shit, so I could never do it now. But I'm like, damn, that was something I could have did. Like I was swinging Grey Goose bottles and I wasn't bringing exes to dates.
Right.
Wow. Missed opportunity.
I feel you.
I wasn't thinking. No,
yeah.
The whole date to exes. Exes to dates thing. It's wild. Zach bringing, and this just gives me further proof of like Zach is deep in his narcissism gaslighting bag. Because in what world? Because definitely not Earth.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely not Earth. It's not giving Earth. Would Fatima give a shit what Connie got to say? So why are you bringing her as your witness? This is not. You are not.
Yes. Yeah.
What's this man's name? Damn, I done lost it. I done lost the damn joke.
Are you talking about you are the weakest link?
No. Now it's not even gonna be funny because I had to look it up. Kirk Franklin. You are not Kirk Franklin. And this is not God's property. It's not GP. Are you with me? Nobody is coming to save you, nigga. Stop. And you gonna bring the Project Punani to save you? What?
In what
I gotta calm down.
world?
People think I'm about to have a heart attack. And y'all, I am literally this expressive in real life. If I really give a shit, I give a shit. But the alternate side is when I don't, you get nothing. And
the fact that Zach and Fatima are wasting people's time, she bought Ian to this date because Zach, when I'm done, I'm done. You said this 5 times before, baby. Okay, you bringing Ian to this date don't mean nothing. Zach brings the
feel
woman.
Like her bringing Ian to the date means a lot more than him bringing Connie.
I believe that too, because this was somebody who was she engaged to Ian?
No, but they were like they were together for years, like 2 years or some shit like that.
Yeah.
All Zach has as reference before he found out about Ian was Hayden. So it's also low key like if he was trying to run her whole sex, it's like she only got this goofy Hayden and I could take him. But like to bring in, I understood it. Like it's not the best. It's definitely a toxic choice, but it corrected a lot. It got him thinking because he wasn't worrying about Hayden before. He knew they had smashed.
Yeah.
But Ian, he got a face to the nigga who like sent her reeling, and he coming back sorrowful, baby, please. He might got cancer, but it also looked like he got a little money. So. In that, I feel like that did have weight, and it. I don't know if it did what it was supposed to do, child. Because now all of a sudden we got a ring on our finger, and who the fuck asked for that? But I think that Zach getting the information of seeing in and knowing that there's literally somebody that could take your place tomorrow versus Fatima seeing Connie, who you've already put her out the hospital and then was cuddled up with? No. You shooting yourself in the foot, dummy. Because now you're giving me flashbacks to the hospital in my favorite place. Thanks for ruining it for me, Zachary. This was the dumbest thing that he could have possibly did. And this is going, I'm doubling down. Fatima, I called you a bird. I want to believe that you're not a bird. You better prove to me that your ass is not a bird. Because if you slept with this man after he brought this project pussy up in your favorite spot, and no shade to Project Pussy, but I just don't like Connie and I like the alliteration.
Because it's definitely alliteration. I just don't understand. And I can't understand Zach's way of thinking. But I'm like, the person who your fiance walked in the hospital, your head is rested upon her shoulder. And when you see Fatima, you don't even address to say, hey, this is my fiance. All Zach said was, Connie, this Fatima, Fatima, this Connie. Oh, you the fiance. I'm the fiance. I'm all the aunties. I said, okay, that was corny, but all right.
Wait, Allie. Wait.
What I missed?
You done dropped the fact. Because she walks in, look at how she looking. And before they do anything, he gives a...
Yeah, he did. And then Connie said, who the F is this? She said that first, right?
Before we get into all of that is before the fact.
Yeah.
Not only did you not address her or introduce her or acknowledge her as you should, you made it seem like she was a nuisance from the gets.
Yeah.
And you gonna bring this hope?
Yeah. I know. I said leave, but I meant stay. I said I'm done. Therapy session.
When I tell you, me and DeVal, when we have our interview, the strike is over and we get to actually talk. He got some explaining to do because you sat your ass up in that Twitter Spaces and you told whoever the hell it was, because there's a bunch of cackling women in there. Say what you mean. Mean what you say. That's what you said, didn't you? That's what you said. Oh, all right.
That Twitter Spaces was something serious. And all I'm going to say is, whenever we get our opportunity to speak to this man who portrays Zachary Taylor, the interesting thing is that when you're talking to women who are extremely passionate or they just have one way of thinking about something, it is very hard to get some points across because they're trying to prove something to him and he's trying to be combative or he's whatever he's doing. And I think that when he actually comes across two intelligent Black women who actually really watches this show, deciphers this show, reviews this show, there are just certain tactics that can't be used on this side. It ain't gonna fly. So I'm definitely ready for that conversation. God knows I am. So that's gonna be something. That's gonna
enjoy it, International Dombie. Enjoy Sisters.
Yes. Yes.
All right, so we're gonna open the floor up real briefly. Y'all gotta keep y'all's feedback
real brief
for episode 14. Allie, or we'll do the summing up after. Come on, Christina girl. Oh, before Christina comes up, this is also why I kind of think that Zach and Fatima don't sleep with each other. Because Connie, there's a scene where Connie is leaving the duplex.
Yes.
In the trailer. And it feels like this would happen then. And then I also, again, feel like, Fatima, if you gave him some pussy after he brought this project, then you dumb. So I feel like it didn't happen. Hey, Christina.
Hi again. All right, so I'm just gonna start at the end. I'm just gonna start off and say, first of all, I would love to have an in-person interview with y'all too, because I love it here. Second of all, I'm just gonna start at the end because I'm pissed. Fatima pissed me the hell off this episode, and I'm like, okay, all right. So, starting. Okay, so in what world? Okay, so this is Fatima, like literally 12 to 24 hours ago. You was in the therapist's office talking about, Zach, you hurt me, I'm confused, why do you treat me like this? Da 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 da. But you go fuck the source of your pain 12 hours later when you already confused as hell. Confused.
Points were made.
Second of all, Belinda and Nathan go to hell together very fast because y'all get on my nerves. Like at this point, I want to jump through the TV and take them to hell myself. Because I'm like, Nathan, just because you realized or you acting like you know that Belinda ain't shit and you have a you did that moment does not give you right or friend points in the category. You still a low down slimy ass nigga. So I don't give a god diggity damn how you feel or that your feelings are hurt because Zach is finally telling you what he feel like. Although that still was ill-advised because he was speaking out of anger one time. He don't give a damn. He mad at everybody. So he just gonna lash out. That don't mean nothing. He's still gonna entertain his stupid ass.
Facts.
Now I'm gonna go to the top a little bit. With Fatima and Paul. Like I got into Fatima because I was like, yes, I'm so ready for Fatima to get her lick back. But Paul, you gotta do me this. You gotta do me this bad, bro. Like I feel so bad for you. Because you fine as hell, you actually have intelligent, emotionally mature conversations, and it's not like jumping across, shitting on everything I believe in, like Zachary and his goddamn club. I'm still not over that. Like, but like Fatima's just like oblivious to it, and I'm like, Fatima, why are you tolerating this bottom of the barrel situation when you are so much more than this? Then we get to the goddamn club and Zach decides he want to show his ass and shit on Paul like he's supposed to get him points with Fatima. And Fatima, you falling for it. Why? It's half-assed. It means nothing. Why are you entertaining this? And then you go give up. Why? Why are we going backwards? I hate this for you because, like, why is Fatima's character deteriorating so fast? Like, where did the umph go? Where did the personality go? Where did the gun ho? I'm not finna let another nigga treat me like this. Fatima, you so into the fact, or you were so into the mindset that you're not gonna let another nigga treat you like Ian, but you going down the same goddamn path over some dick. Why? Same slope. It's repeating itself. That's what I'm saying. Like, Fatima, what is attracting you to this?
Oh, hold on. The sound went out. Can you guys still hear me?
bad. Wait, what happened to Christina?
I don't know. It sounded like the sound. Something happened to the sound. So I don't know if she was done talking or not.
Oh, child. Sorry, Christina. Request again. Anybody else? Last call for alcohol.
Last call.
It's very interesting to me how we could get episode 13 and 14 back to back. They're not even spread out.
Yeah.
And
I really thought it was going to be one episode.
Yeah. I'm really banking on the Tyler Perry favorite bait and switch with the dream sequence to hopefully add a little bit more layers and nuance. And also, I need Fatima to give some kind of explanation for why she allowed Zach to behave the way she did.
Yeah. And why she's so quick to call out Paul's hypothetical behavior as childish, yet you sat there and entertained Zach's immature ass behavior. And you didn't see the purpose of calling him out on it. I don't know. But
yeah.
I'm interested in that. I really
all right,
am.
y'all. Allie's reviews will be up. When it tomorrow?
Yes, 13 will be up, and it's a very different tone. They don't sound like my normal reviews, but you still get the quality and just taking a step back to really just examine what we, heard and saw in that therapy session. But yeah, it'll be up tomorrow, and sometime or another, I'll do 14. I just gotta really assess my thoughts.
That is honestly why they didn't get 14 back to back for me, because I typically do them both back to back. But 13 gave me so much to talk about, and 14 just had me laughing.
Yeah.
So I gotta figure out how to construct something for y'all. Allie is also breaking down The Shy, so look out for those breakdowns on her channel as well.
Yeah. The Shy.
They started picking up this season. I'm like, okay, wait a goddamn minute now.
Yeah. The Shy is really good, I think, because I didn't watch The Shy when it initially came out, so I think I binge watched season 1 and 2. And then I think for season 3 I was caught up. And I don't know, I guess for me, I know some people was into the gritty of it all, and then when the tone of the show started to change, I know some people were upset about it or didn't like the fact. But I was like, I've enjoyed every season. I've enjoyed all of it. But I do understand why some people feel the way that they feel. But this season here, it is turning out to be an amazing season. It's a really, I know the season that Keisha got kidnapped, it was hard for me because that season was so emotionally draining. God knows it was. But this, I'm feeling this. And then all the little light brights, I said, oh my God. You got Nook, you got Jamal. I said, what is happening? Y'all know these light-skinned men are weakness. I love my chocolate brothers too. Trust me, I do.
I love a chocolate man. So I don't know what you're doing to me, Lena Waithe. What is the problem? Who asked you to go get Vic Mensa from anywhere? He was in jail, locked up. They won't let him out. Leave his ass there.
Baby, Lena is doing the work of the Lord, and you let her operate in her purpose. You hear me? Let her operate in her calling.
I was trying to catch up on these damn breakdowns for The Shy, and I'm all discombobulated once I get to Jamal and Nuck's ass. I left it in there. People in the comments not you. Now get it together now, Erica. I'm trying.
Them men.
My God.
Oh, God.
And before we go there, it's not just the fineness, because Jamal came out of jail sanctified, ready to put the work in and do some things. And not he a gangster, but he got some layers. And I don't like that, but I like that.
Yeah.
I'm talk about The Shy.
Big Mensa. It's his voice for me too. Oh my God. I said, Lord.
Who the hell asked you?
I am lusting. Heavy lusting. Yes.
Shout out to Kofi, because Kofi tried to read me in the comments too, talking about my new was gonna be them men that gets you. You don't know me, man.
It's something about them. That is a weakness for me. I be like, light-skinned men, stay the hell away from me, because literally, and maybe because I'm dark-skinned, I don't know. I've attracted more light-skinned men than chocolate men, even though I've had my share of chocolate brothers. But I don't know what it is about light-skinned men. I don't know, but it is a weakness. I'd be like, stay. If I'm at the store and I see something, like I go the other way. It is a chemical something that just draws. I'm like, y'all are bad for me. Y'all are bad for my mental state. Get the hell away from me right now. No.
Cause what? Cause black women say no to demon.
We say no to demon when I tell you, when me and Erica get them shirts, I can't rock with y'all. Get away from me. You're not gonna have me out here looking for you in the daylight with a flashlight and you a light bright. No, ma'am.
Well, y'all, this
PB Law said both of y'all be drooling in y'all reviews. Oh my God.
I'm only human, okay?
I be trying.
And I call a thing, and the thing is fine.
Tyler has a new show called Caught Up.
See,
I've seen it on BT Plus, but I have not watched it. I haven't watched
you
it.
Just
because somebody asked me to review
I did not know. I did not know Tyler wrote it. I won't be watching it. Somebody asked me to do it. They said it was only 4 episodes. I said, cool, I got you. Just give me some time. Tyler wrote it. I'm not doing it. I'm at a threshold. I'm at a 10. Pick somebody else. I'm at a 10.
Directed it? Is he just directed it, or did he write it?
I'm at a 10. Pick somebody else.
Yeah, you are doing a lot of I tell y'all what, because I'm not doing All the Queen's Men, I will watch the show and I'll review it because it's only 4 episodes, I think.
It seemed like Fine Toxic once got the demon. Exactly.
Don't they?
Which is why God gave us the opportunity to fight back with the 5 fingers, as Allie said, or your best yeah. Don't be fooled, ladies. Don't be fooled.
Now, why I would love to say that our hands are great too. Sometimes, ladies.
Allie. They cannot succumb to the demon. They cannot succumb to it, okay? By no means do you succumb to it.
Jazzy wrote it. Okay. I'm going to watch it. I'm going to watch it tomorrow.
The easiest way for y'all to get me to stop watching something or not watch it is say Tyler wrote it at this point. That's the easiest way.
Yeah, baby, you doing a lot. Yeah. I'm going to watch it tomorrow, and I'll review it. I'll watch it at work. But, I'm going to watch. What's that?
Oh, I'm going to tell you. I'll tell you later. I'll tell you tomorrow. Okay. I think you should watch Candy and Todd's The Pass.
I watched it because I've had multiple people ask me to review it. I've watched it. And one of the things, because I'm not a reality TV person, but I am a fan of Drew Sidora. I think I've always enjoyed her acting. But I'm definitely, I was like, okay, I'll review it because people was and a lot of stuff I know it's coming out, but I have people ask me like, oh, watch this, review this. I'm like, baby, it's a lot. Some stuff I said I was gonna review, and I still haven't finished. I said I was gonna review the last episode of Run the World, and I was gonna do my overall thoughts of season 2. I haven't even started that, so I understand. I am thankful that people want to hear our perspectives on things, but sometimes like preparing for the video, recording the video, and thank God we don't got to go to the studio. We got our own stuff, but even getting into the headspace of doing it, it's something. It's a
lot.
Yeah.
That's
but
real.
Yeah, I got y'all. I'm gonna watch. What's it called? Caught Up. Okay, Caught Up.
Okay, Allie gonna tell me because some people already requested. I said I was gonna do it, but then y'all kind of messed it up and said Tyler. So now Allie got to green light it. I'm sorry. Because she already know where I'm at. She already know where I'm at. She know I can't take no more.
Are the episodes 30 minutes or an hour? That could shift it to. Jazzy is the main star.
Yeah, she playing Toya Turnup. She playing the girl that's like, because she got 2 Instagram accounts. She playing her little alternate.
Oh, okay. Is it 30 minutes or an hour, y'all? Which one is it? Matter of fact, I'm on BT Plus now.
Y'all asses seem to be watching Swagger. I get BET Plus and everything, but if y'all not watching Swagger, what you doing?
Please watch it, because Erica got me on that show. Because I was like, I'm tired of hearing her talk about this. I don't know what the hell going on. I said, let me watch this show, and that show was so amazing. Okay, they're like 27 minutes. All right.
Oh, so it's just 2 hours total?
Mm-hmm. That's all.
Still tell me if Tyler wrote it.
Matter of fact, let's see. Because I'm gonna tell y'all right now, I can't do no Tyler stuff. I'm
y'all gonna have to wait until after Fatima go off and in between Fatima and SISTAS, because I got a threshold. I realize I feel I have a threshold for how much Tyler Perry I can consume at one time.
Yeah, babe, because you're doing a lot. You're doing SISTAS, Fatima, and All the Queen's Men.
And he writing all of them. Ain't gonna be able to do it.
Why the credits ain't came up? We ain't wait till the end for no
Force
credits.
is already dropping because Modi J, if y'all still up and y'all want to kick it and you watch Force episode already, because they already dropped at 9 p.m. midnight on. They actually, we missed that. They did a live on Twitter or whatever. But Modi J, a mutual virus, he's live right now talking about the Force episode. I gotta watch that because I'm gonna try to do it.
Oh, see, I can't.
I got a new laptop, so I'm excited to open that.
What did you get? I have a MacBook Air.
I got a MacBook Pro. Hold on. Literally just got it today. Like when I told y'all I was rushing to get home to get on live, this is what I was talking about. So it's a 16-inch. I didn't even literally have not opened it yet. A 16-inch MacBook Pro.
See, I need that because my MacBook got that. It's the smaller screen, and I definitely need to get me a
Girl,
I got too much stuff. I got a desk. I got a desktop. I got a monitor in my little office, and I got an extra monitor that I use when I'm recording stuff. It's a lot going on.
Yes, I needed this so I can be able to edit on the go, because I only be able to edit on my desktop. You can't really edit on an Air because it'll overheat. You just can't. It's just not made for that. So I needed something that I could edit with.
I'm gonna have to invest in one.
And Lord knows it's a damn investment, child. My God. But all right, y'all, you'll see us in our reviews and our breakdowns dropping over the next couple of days for various episodes of various shows. Thank you for kicking it with us for our Sisters Keeper.
Yes.
For another eventful night. But I think it was titillating conversation.
It was. Thank you to everybody who came on. Jamira, Christina, and Edwina. It was Edwina, right?
Yep.
They came on earlier.
Yep.
So, and it's so good. Like, I see that because those are like consistent names and familiar voices, but it's so good that when you get a chance to see the person or when they get an opportunity to come on live. So I do appreciate you guys being on here and coming up and voicing your opinions, and because I enjoyed everything that you guys were saying. And but yeah, that was fun.
And y'all be sure to check out my Discord because I'm going to be uploading more content in a moment there. You guys can upload content in a moment. You can drop a voice note. You can drop a response. and it'll live there for everybody to see, for me to see and check when you watch an episode, because we're not always watching it at the same time or together, but it allows for us to communicate when we're outside of this forum, and then we can even bring those conversations into these lives. So be on the lookout for that, or not be on the lookout for that. My Discord is here. Allie, yours is launching soon, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Saturday.
But Allie's Discord is coming.
It's coming.
It's coming.
It's coming.
In the meantime, join mine, and then once hers is up and running, we're gonna go over there and have a nice old party. Allie, thank you again for joining.
Yes, y'all have a good one.
Have a great Friday. Happy September 1st. It's the first of the month.
Virgo. My birthday is 22nd. You feel me? 22nd.
Yes. Good night, y'all.
Good night.